morning. Hi, everybody. Brock and Salk Show here on Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com, the Seattle Sports app, all the podcast platforms, and 97.3 HD2. Don't forget YouTube. Are you watching on YouTube? If you are, you can see us. We're here. You can watch the whole show on video every day. It's like a TV show, but on YouTube. It's very exciting, and you can see what everyone's wearing every day. Today I got the Kowloon Cafe hoodie on. For anyone who's ever been to the North Shore of Boston, you know about the Kowloon, which is like a gigantic Chinese restaurant slash club slash bar slash comedy club. It's a really strange place, but it's gigantic and it's legendary. And a friend of mine bought me this sweatshirt, which is very nice. So thanks, Jess. Appreciate that. All right, let's... you know what? I'll tell you what. I'm going to go off the board this morning. We're going to play Mike Macdonald at 6:30. There's a whole bunch of fun Seahawks conversations to be had today. But the winter meetings start on Monday. And I will admit, I'm missing a little baseball this morning. I'm missing a little baseball. I came in, I looked at the text line overnight. There was nothing there. I was thinking about how, generally during baseball season, we get those overnight texts of people who are watching the game or listening to the game, and they feel the need to comment to either the players, the manager, the broadcasters, or us on what's going on in the game. And I was realizing I was kind of missing some of that interaction. So with the winter meetings starting on Monday, and by the way, our own Lyle Goldstein is going to be there. Lyle, that's awesome. In Orlando again this year, right? But not at the Swan and Dolphin, somewhere else in Orlando. Is that right?
Yeah, it's at the Marriott in Orlando. I'm guessing... Actually, I have no idea, but I'm just going to speculate that not enough people like the Swan and Dolphin.
The Swan and Dolphin is the worst, but they've held the winter meetings there like 20 times. Yeah. I've personally been to 3 winter meetings at the Swan and Dolphin, and it's an obnoxious place. It's too big. It's 2 hotels. It's very, very hard to deal with the winter meetings there. So good news that it's going to be somewhere else. Even better news that you're going to be there. This morning, I saw this list from Bob Nightingale of the 10 most interesting trade candidates at the winter meetings next week. 10 players. Would you like to run through them quickly and see if any of these players intrigue you for the Mariners this off season? You ready? Number 1. Not a surprise, Tarek Skubal. We've talked about this. Not that it's not an interesting conversation, but we've done it a few times. So I'm going to pass on this conversation for now. We'll come back to it. It doesn't look like it's something that's likely to happen. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I do think it's interesting. I do think it's a cool way of going all in and trying to kind of emulate what the Astros did a few years ago with either Verlander or Garrett Cole. Like, I think there's a lot of merit to the idea of trading for Tarek Skubal. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think he's going to get traded. Not that he won't. I don't think so. And I don't see the Mariners being the team to do it. So I'm going to pass on that one for now. And I don't know how much conversation there is around number 2 either, but I'll bring it up. That's Freddie Peralta of the Milwaukee Brewers, ace pitcher who sadly was a Mariner. Like, I kind of forgot about this. He's actually like a throw-in guy basically in the Adam Lind deal from 100 years ago. He was a young player. He was part of probably a group of players that were offered to the Brewers, and they picked him, and he went on to become an ace. He's been awesome. Those things happen. I'm not crushing the organization for it. It stinks when it does, but every organization has guys like that they let get away. Freddie Peralta's one. I don't see the Mariners trading for him this offseason. Does that sound right? I mean, like, Freddie Peralta's good. I would be surprised if they felt like he was enough of an upgrade over what they had pitching-wise.
Yeah, if they're going to trade for an arm, I feel like they go all out and go get Skubal. But if they're not going to trade for Skubal, or Tarek Skubal's just in general not going to get dealt, I don't know if it'd be Freddie Peralta.
Yeah, and there's a couple other pitchers on this list that I'll mention just in case they are interested in, more of the depth side of it. But I'd be surprised if Freddie Peralta was a name. Now, the third one, I do think we've got to talk about with maybe a little bit more gusto than we have in the past. The name has come up before. It's another former Mariner who they traded away in a better deal, at least this time, and that would be Ketel Marte from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Guys, he fits. He really does. He fits this roster. You could play him at second base. You could play him in the outfield. There's a lot of ways you can maneuver your roster to make Ketel Marte work. He's a really good hitter. He signed for some money, but the Diamondbacks want pitching. You've got it throughout your system. You've made deals with them before. You've been friendly with their organization before. I don't know if you caught the conversation I had with Justin Hollander last week, but a big part of it was asking him about some of the story behind acquiring Josh Naylor. And he said, look, we're friendly with that organization, whether it's Mike Hazen or his assistant GM. And there was a lot of conversation back and forth. And eventually, they're close enough. Doesn't mean they're going to give each other a break, but it means they can be honest with each other and say, hey, this guy's available now or he's not or whatever. And if you could bring Ketel Marte in, he could play short. I don't know whether that's probably the best idea for him at this part of his career, but dude can really hit.
I mean, you don't have to sell me on this one. I'd be all for it. I think the only thing that you would really have to dig your heels into is everything that is non-baseball related to Ketel Marte, which basically stems around last year during the All-Star break when he oddly took some time off and there was some miscommunication about it. I would think any team that's going to trade for him is probably going to do their homework on how he fits in a clubhouse.
It's always been it was a question mark before he even made it to the big leagues. I mean, it was always a question with Ketel Marte, and I remember them deciding to keep him back in minor league spring training one year instead of bringing him up to big league spring. Whether it's ego or whatever, has always been a question. He's also one of those players that I have heard specifically mentioned as somebody who calmed down a lot after getting paid. So, look, you'd have to take on a whole lot of money, but Ketel Marte would really, really fit and change this lineup. Stephen Kwan, it's another one. We've talked about Stephen Kwan before. I don't know how you couldn't be interested in Stephen Kwan to come and play right field and be an actual leadoff hitter for this team. I don't know if that's one that I necessarily see happening, but I would be interested in Kwan because I think that leadoff spot is something that, has never truly been dealt with, even though they've kind of made overtures to it in the past. Joe Ryan of the Minnesota Twins, really good pitcher. Again, I don't see that happening, nor Mackenzie Gore of the Washington Nationals. Not that they're uninteresting, but those just don't jump out to me as real spots where the Mariners will invest. Brandon Lau, we've talked about before. Another guy who could come in and play second base. So, okay, that one's interesting from the Tampa Bay Rays and another team you've made a lot of deals with. How about Jarren Duran? Are you interested in Jarren Duran if the Red Sox – it seems like they very well may trade him just because they are in a different spot in their outfield than they were a year ago. They've brought up Roman Anthony. They got what they did after from Rafaela last year. Abreu they like. Are you interested in Jarren Duran?
Say similar to the Ketel Marte bucket. Yes, but you're probably going to have to do your homework on him.
He's younger, right? I mean, he's a much younger player than Marte. Different kind of a player. Doesn't have the same kind of pop, but man, the running, the defense, God, he sure does seem like he fits this ballpark, this style of roster. Like, I can't. If the Red Sox are dumping him, you've got to be interested. If there's a way to get him for value, I think that's a conversation you got to keep having. But I understand some of the concerns there and some of the homework you would have to do as well. We've talked about Brendan Donovan could come in immediately and just be a second baseman from the Cardinals. To me, that's a pivot if you can't get Polanco back here. And then the last name on this list is Luis Severino from the A's, another pitcher. Again, I don't see that happening, certainly not in division. But, I do think Ketel Marte is a conversation. I do think Stephen Kwan is a conversation. And I do think both Lau and Donovan are conversations at second base. And Duran should be a conversation as well. That's half the names on this list, plus Skubal, that should at least be in play for the Mariners next week at the winter meetings to have conversations about. I'll also say that I still think San Diego is going to make some sort of a deal with some of their hitting. And, all right, maybe it's not going to be Tatis, as I suggested a couple weeks ago, but I think you got to be having conversations with them because their payroll has been bloated and they've been asked to trim it before. Eventually, they're going to have to do it. And so I think that there may be an opportunity there to acquire somebody who could help you either in the infield or the outfield. And I'll just mention one other name. It's another one that's not going to happen, but I got to mention it. When my parents were here over Thanksgiving, My dad got fooled by some stupid thing on Instagram and told me that the Red Sox had signed Bo Bichette to big money. It was obviously not true. But I will admit that in that moment, I was like, damn, I really wish the Mariners had signed Bo Bichette. I've liked Bo Bichette forever. I know he's not a perfect player. I know he's probably going to get overpaid. And I know that it's probably not going to happen here. But I'm going to at least mention him again because I would love for the Mariners to do that. I don't think it'll happen, but another name that I'll at least put out there. So should be fun next week, Lyle. That's a lot of intriguing names in play in Orlando.
For sure. And then even just factored in with all the other free agents that may sign next week. Like, I think people think this right-hander from Japan, Imai, is going to sign before the winter meetings is over. So that could go down in Orlando. We'll see if any of the other big fish go down in Orlando. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Any of those names jump out to you more than any others?
The ones on the list that we just read through? Probably Ketel Marte.
I think so, too.
Because he is the best second baseman in baseball, far and away.
And just the bat. I mean, just bringing that kind of bat and the size, speed, power combo. I mean, he kind of has a little bit of everything, which is what they're trying to do with this lineup. I like Duran, though. I think there's an interesting way to deal for Duran because the Red Sox have money where you don't have to take on as much. Maybe that's an opportunity to get out of the Luis Castillo contract, which we've talked about before. I don't know. It's at least a conversation that is worth having. All right, take a quick break. We'll come back here. We'll give you guys everything you need to know. And then, of course, Mike Macdonald coming up at 6:30. Got to hear what he had to say about Anthony Bradford and a whole lot more next on Brock and Salk.
4 Down Territory. Michael Bumpus answers the top 4 football questions of the day.
The Vikings defense, they neutralized JSN. What'd they do?
Nothing. They blitzed. They forced Sam to get the football out of his hands. There were times where I'm looking at their safety, and he's clearly given JSN the attention that he deserves, which most teams are doing. The safety did give him a bit more attention, but it wasn't like they were doubling JSN.
Catch every 4 Down Territory on the Seattle Sports app.
The insurance world, it can be confusing, so have First Mark Insurance guide you through it by taking the free First Mark Challenge. They'll explore offerings from top carriers for better coverage and lower rates. They save the Heward family thousands. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
At Shane Company, there's no shortcuts, just craftsmanship. Because a friend wants your fine jewelry and dream engagement ring to be nothing short of perfect, no matter the price. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
On the job, every minute counts. That's why Lowe's now has ProBlock Quick Dry Primer, expertly manufactured by Sherwin-Williams. Engineered for pros to dry fast and go on smooth for virtually flawless results that keep your job moving. It's available in oil and water-based, and getting it is easy. Order online by 2 p.m. and get free same-day delivery right to your job site. Lowe's, we help, you save. Orders placed after 2 p.m. will be delivered next day. Valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. More terms apply.
This college football moment is brought to you by Serve Pro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
Fall rains can expose hidden roof problems, and once water gets in, the damage only gets worse. Is your roof ready for the season? Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. At State Roofing and Exteriors, we repair and replace roofs with a quality you've trusted for decades. And yes, we also provide siding, windows, decks, and gutters to keep your entire home protected. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule a free estimate. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
Okay, only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... There, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. This dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Bucky's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history, all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Bucky's makes auto care simple. Visit Bucky's.com today and drive with confidence. Bucky's.com.
As a quarterback, you cannot run a winning play with a messy playbook. And most companies' data, well, it's a mess. AI is changing the game, but if your data is scattered, you're stuck on the sidelines. Brock Heward here, and this is where my friends at Marquee Data come in. They get your data in shape, clean, connected, ready to perform, so you can finally put AI to work for your business. Whether sales, finance, or operations, every smart move starts with the right data. So head to mydataqb.com to draw up your game-winning data play today. That's Marquee Data or mydataqb.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Well, a day after shutting out the Vikings, there was plenty to celebrate for the Seahawks, and the defense was really front and center. They had a special effort. That is a key word, effort. They played with that shocking effort that we've heard Mike Macdonald talk about really since he arrived, obviously exemplified by the forced fumble from DeMarcus Lawrence. Hold on. Let's try that again.
I'm not really sure what he was doing at the beginning of the play, like at the back. You know, sometimes he might see something that is there or might not be there, but talk about the determination and like the violence at the end of the play. It really just, that's a hammer that he laid to get the ball out right there. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was shocking effort, and the offense, had its moments. Not quite the same level. Many of the questions there, I'm sure, center on the right guard. Anthony Bradford had another tough day, left with the elbow injury. Not supposed to keep him out any longer, but how secure is his job? Well, we asked Macdonald yesterday about his right guard.
I think we just got to keep doubling down on our fundamentals and the things that AB's doing some good things. He really is. I mean, there's some really good plays on there, and there's some not so good plays. And I think some of those plays that show up are kind of like quick losses maybe, and we can finish those plays better. So let's keep doubling down on the fundamentals. Now, we have some guys like Christian came in yesterday and did a good job when AB went out. Jalen Sundell's coming back here in the next couple of weeks. Maybe there's some combinations there that we can look at. But
yeah, maybe there are some combinations there you could look at. I have no problems with the idea of Jalen Sundell at right guard while Anthony Bradford's not in there. Macdonald was asked about Sundell's progress.
He's doing well, to my knowledge, yeah. He's doing good. Yeah, I think we have to work through what the lineup will look like when he comes back.
All right, well, that's at least a promising development. Practice tomorrow should give us a little better feeling on some of the guys coming back from IR. Julian Love, Eric Saubert, both guys would certainly help. Seahawks, by the way, up to number 4 in the ESPN Power Rankings behind New England, LA, and Denver.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Well, actually, early Pro Bowl voting out, and the Seahawks are very well represented. In fact, JSN, not only the top vote getter at wide receiver, top vote getter, period, in the NFC. He's only behind Drake May in the entire league in terms of number of votes for the Pro Bowl. Not that should be a surprise, given the season he's having. Lots of other Seahawks in the running, but how about Byron Murphy leading the NFC for defensive linemen, even ahead of Leonard Williams? So he is number 1, Leonard Williams number 5. I'm not sure that entirely makes sense to me, but all right, hey, whatever. Murphy is getting a whole lot of accolades, maybe just because of the sack numbers. Here's Chris Long talking about Byron Murphy.
There's no way he's only 306, but there's also no way he's only like 23 years old, because it looks like he's been playing pro football for 10 years. The way he splits double teams, the near shoulder, near knee deal, you barely see anybody do anymore. Like when I growing up, my dad used to be like, oh, it's like peeling bananas. You go near shoulder, near knee. You know how many times you showed me how to do what this kid does? Yeah, out of bed. He's a technique player who's got flashy upside from an athleticism standpoint.
That's a pretty cool way of describing him. And again, another reason why he is where he is. Let's see. Gray Zabel, number 2 guard in the NFC. DeMarcus Lawrence, number 6 D end. And there's a whole lot more in there as well. Patriots sure look to be for real. They get to 11-2 under Mike Vrabel with a dominant 33-15 win over the Giants. Drake May throwing for 282 yards and a pair of scores.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
All right, year 2 of Hall of Fame eligibility for Felix Hernandez. He appeared on 20.6% of ballots last year in year 1, which is actually not a bad showing, and at least gives him a chance to get to 75% eventually. If he does, I think it's going to take a while. One of just 5 pitchers, though, with 2,500 strikeouts and 2,500 innings pitched for only one team, joined by Hall of Famers Walter Johnson in Washington, Bob Gibson, St. Louis, Bob Feller in Cleveland, and of course future Hall of Famer Clayton Kershaw with the Dodgers. Felix has always been a man of the people, a man with the fans and the King's Court.
To the amazing Seattle fans and the King's Court, you are the greatest fan in the world. Thank you for all the support. I love you guys.
Man, you go back to that Cy Young Award-winning season in 2010, he was as good as anyone I've ever seen. He was at that elite level where when he walked somebody, you worried he was hurt. I mean, he was just that kind of special. He was unbelievable. 6-time All-Star, started one All-Star game in 2014, threw the perfecto, obviously, against Tampa Bay in 2012, ERA title. I mean, just you name it, Felix has it. So I think he will gain over time, and if he gets up over 50 at some point, then there'll be a real conversation about whether or not Felix is a Hall of Famer. That is everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. All right, Seahawks have just 2 home games left this regular season, and we want to send you to one of them. Seattle Sports giving away 4 tickets to the Seahawks game, December 14th against the Colts. All you got to do is open the Seattle Sports app and click the Win tab to find out how. If you don't already have the app, shame on you, but we'll help you out. Text the word app, APP, to 866-979-3776, and we'll send you a link to download it. Enter every day to increase your chances to win. The contest runs through Monday, December 8th. Yes, Darnold and Daniel Jones, teammates last year. They'll meet on the field in that game against Indy, and you can be there. All right. Coming up next, Mike Macdonald. I played you a little bit of his comments there on Anthony Bradford. There's more on that and a whole lot about his team's culture, which really, really seems to be fantastic. Stick around. You'll hear it next on Brock and Salk.
The Mike Macdonald Show, the morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
What did your defense do best yesterday?
We played together. You know, the turning point in the game is the fumble that our offense had in plus territory there. Defense goes out on the field, you're looking at, 13-point swing, something along those lines. I mean, it's that was a big-time series of events, and just their attitude when we took the field, it was just like, all right, let's go to work.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app.
All right, you guys know what you're doing this weekend. We're just talking about going to games. How about just watching the games? Great spot to do it is Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Book now for an unforgettable experience. Bookings are open at snocasino.com. You can enjoy the incredible new hotel. The rooms are awesome, great views. The food is great. Cool view with like this indoor-outdoor concept and 60-plus televisions. Great spot to watch the game and do everything fun that comes with it at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Again, go to snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
College basketball takes center stage in Seattle. The Gonzaga Bulldogs are back, and the rivalry is renewed when the Zags battle UCLA at Climate Pledge Arena on December 13th. Tickets are available now and selling fast. Get yours at climatepledgearena.com. See you on December 13th for Gonzaga Hoops in Seattle.
Get your tickets now for December 13th at climatepledgearena.com. That's climatepledgearena.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the story of the One. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game. Sunday, December 14th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, December 2nd through December 8th. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Want more Seahawks content? Join me, G. Scott, on The Reset. New episodes of the podcast every Monday and Thursday on YouTube or on the Seattle Sports app.
At Washington Energy Services, we take the time to get to know you and your home. We have the passion and commitment to see each project through and to treat our work as more than just a job. For over 65 years, we've offered award-winning home services, from heating and cooling, plumbing and electrical, to windows and doors. Complete home improvement handled from start to comfort. For peace of mind when you need it most, count on Washington Energy Services, bringing good energy to your home.
The Pacific Northwest is the perfect backdrop for the holiday season. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law reminds us that the roadways don't always agree.
It's that combination of additional travel, changes in routine, and winter weather that make this the most dangerous time of the year to be behind the wheel.
Any safety tips to help commuters keep the holidays joyful?
The number one cause of accidents remains distracted driving, even during the holidays. So store that cell phone in a place that eliminates temptation. It's imperative we set the example for our teens. Also, be aware of abrupt changes in the weather and prepare for it. Sometimes it's as simple as allowing additional distance for following or stopping. Lastly, make sure your vehicle is properly maintained for winter.
That includes four-wheel drive and chains when required at the pass. Please follow these safety precautions from my good friends at Pendergast Law and keep you and your neighbors safe this holiday season.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pendergast Law.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Ooh, that face. Quantum Fiber Internet loves that face.
That's Jamila.
Hey, Jamila.
She's thinking outside the box from inside the box.
Quantum Fiber Wi-Fi keeps her meeting game strong. From the back door to the front lawn.
Rushing all of the video calls. Back to back to back video calls.
Quantum Fiber Internet blowing the soxies up all those people in all those boxes. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Additional pods may be needed to achieve Wi-Fi coverage in some locations. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
Brock and Salk's Rewind is presented by Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton.
This is the Mike Macdonald Show, presented by your local 76 and Conoco stations, exclusively on the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Sure is. Mike Macdonald Show, always fun after a win, and we got another one yesterday, a shutout win, no less. Coach, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. How are you?
Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving is a thing after Thanksgiving?
Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, just like hope you had a nice time and that type of. I got Thanksgiving questions for you, I guess, is kind of where I was going with it, which is,
okay.
I'm trying to put myself in like what it's like to be at your Thanksgiving table and how much football is being discussed. Is it a lot? Is there a moratorium declared on football during the meal? What does that look like?
Well, this year it was just Steph's mom, Steph, Jack, and me. So it was quiet. It was nice. It was great. We had a great day. I am on like I've never understood like you had to turn off football while doing Thanksgiving dinner. Like I never. I've always been against that. So that'll be a policy at the McDonald house probably forever. Is that perfectly okay to have the football game on while you're having dinner? So.
Can you enjoy just watching a football game, like an NFL game, without thinking of it as a coach, or can you just kind of sit and enjoy football?
No, yeah, of course you. But there's always rooting. There's a rooting interest in every game, so that makes it fun. You know, you're rooting against the division, then against the NFC, then for points. You know, you always root for everybody to score a bunch of points.
How about Ohio State, Michigan? Was there a rooting interest in that Saturday morning? Are those ties still there? Or?
Yeah, you know what's funny is like you root for. I feel this way with Georgia. It's like, you know, I root for the people that I worked with and coached.
Yeah.
And so it happens all over the country, and so you're rooting for their success. For the people I work with at Michigan, I'm rooting for them. You know, obviously all the fans from Michigan had a great relationship with, and they've been really great to my family. So you want them to be excited. So I was disappointed that the game went that way, but Ohio State played great.
Mm-hmm.
They played a great game, so they deserve to win.
You still have like a big reaction to a great play, like when you see a catch like last night, the catch that guy made. Will you still stand up and just that natural oh my gosh reaction that everyone else has?
The one in the corner of the end zone?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's blank stare. Honestly, yeah. I mean, are you surprised? I'm not like the biggest demoted guy of all time.
Blank stare. Yeah, that sounds good. Is that what you had after your team pitched a shutout yesterday? Just a blank stare, like whatever. That's what we expected to do.
No, like it's funny. Like this is my excited face. You know, this is what I look like when I'm really excited.
You know, we have a guy named Jeff Passan on, Mike, during the baseball season. He's kind of the Adam Schefter of the MLB, and he's awesome. He's a great guest with us each and every week. And he had 1 week during the last season where he finished, and I do 25 of these. You know, if you ranked them 1 to 25, that's probably 25. You know, there's going to be a stinker in there. And I kind of present that as background and context because obviously you want every week of preparation to be the best week. And you talk about process and standard all the time. Mm-hmm. Are there certain weeks, though, and I know you referenced a little bit after the game of just how on it the guys were and what the practice field was like and just the attention to detail and everything else, was last week's preparation during the Thanksgiving week about as good as it gets?
I think it was really good. To me, you're always looking at the execution of how we're doing it, but to me, execution is really just a function of their intent and how well we coached it.
Mm-hmm.
So and sometimes we're trying to do some things that might be a little ambitious for the week. That's something that's warranted a lot, and sometimes that's not warranted on our end where we need to make it a little more simple. So that's something that's a scale that we're always chasing as coaches. So I'd say the intent was there. The guys they're on it, and like the feel throughout the building is what we want. It's loose and focused, and spirit, like the spirits. It's not like to have a great week. You don't have to be oh, we got to have a great week. No, that's not that's not how it works. It's not how you play, it's not how you do your best every day. And the guys have been really good. And I think as coaches, they coached the details and the game plan really well. The guys did a great job of presenting the information and getting the guys ready. And we had some contingency stuff going on, especially in the back end, that we had to work through. And the coaches and players did a great job.
What did your defense do best yesterday?
We played together. Man, just the turning point in the game is the fumble that our offense had in plus territory there. Defense goes out on the field. You're looking at what is it, like 13-point swing, something along those lines. I mean, it's that was a big time series of events, and just their attitude when we took the field, it was just like, all right, let's go to work. And I think we've come a long way. Of like, look, we're just stacking. I feel like the same stuff every week, but like if you really look at it through the lens of like stacking plays, when you come out of the Tennessee game, I felt like we got some good plays, and then we let off the gas, or Tennessee made a play, or maybe we did a self-inflicted wound, or I called a bad play, or there's something that wasn't like we didn't really get to that like next level in terms of stacking a game. And it doesn't have to be like you just keep scoring every 5 plays and you end up 35-0. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just great situational awareness, playing off one another, from offense to defense, doing a good job. Kickoff team, that plays a part of it. J-My hitting some really clutch field goals for us yesterday was great. So that's what I was most pleased with.
These broadcasts now are so innovative, Mike, at the NFL level. Sky Cam, Pylon Cam, you can get umpire cam. You have cameras everywhere. If I had and watched the game through Mike Macdonald's eyes defensively, as you're play calling it, as you're evaluating it, as you're seeing it, what are your optics? What are Mike Macdonald's camera? What's the eyes? What are you looking at in particular?
Honestly, when I first thought, I was like, the camera's a little lower because I'm kind of short, so it's probably like 5'9",
yes.
5'9" angle.
Well, your eyes are actually at about 5'7",
yeah,
6.5.
5'7", yeah. So it's even worse,
Yes. Are you watching QB? You watching the line of scrimmage? You watching you make a call? What do you watching?
Oh yeah. It's interesting. Like I think coaches have different preferences on where they watch the game, or like where they call it from. I prefer to be behind the offense. My theory on that is I think that's because where I stood for all those years in practice is like kind of off at an angle, like behind the offense. So you're kind of used to seeing it through that lens. So that's what I prefer a lot. Some guys watch it from the defensive perspective, which that never really like resonated with me, or like from the line of scrimmage. Coaches might prefer that. But I prefer to stand behind. It's kind of like watching a play in practice. You're understanding the formation. You're getting a feel for if we're ahead of the play. Is there something that I can tell the linebacker if we have enough time? Trying to play with anticipation. A lot of times I'm trying to guess the play, which probably our coaches drive them crazy. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. With the quarterback's operation, substitution patterns, where they're on the field obviously is really important. All those things, Yeah.
So it sounds like over the course of last week, you called DeMarcus Lawrence maybe the best practice player ever. That's what they said on the broadcast. And then after the game, you said that the forced fumble he had was maybe your favorite play you'd ever seen in person. Those are two pretty lofty statements about a guy like him. What does that mean? He must be incredibly meaningful to you.
Well, he is. I mean, all our guys are, but sometimes I say some big statement, but it just shows you what kind of Yeah, of course. This is a terrible answer, but we love D-Law. He's we've said it since he walked in the door. I mean, I feel like I've said the same thing. The practice thing is real. And really, I was referring to like the way he was in the off season, and just, you're doing drills in like phase 2, and this guy's like, it's like the Super Bowl's on the line, and I'm like, this is it. This is what we want. It doesn't matter the situation. It's how we want to approach drills. I love this. This is great. Like, we just, this is a great example for the rest of the team on how we want to train. And he's been great. So, and in the building, I mean, he's like just an awesome guy, and he's tough as crap, and he's physical and competitive, and just determined. Like, we're talking about being relentless. I mean, that's like the ultimate relentless play. I'm not really sure what he was doing at the beginning of the play, like at the back. Sometimes he might see something that is there or might not be there, but talk about the determination and like the violence at the end of the play. It really just, that's a hammer that he laid to get the ball out right there. That was pretty awesome.
Shocking effort.
You got it. You watched that play. Are you shocked?
I was fairly shocked. I think everybody was. And honestly, I mean, he's sort of been shocking throughout the year. Brock and I have talked for years about, guys around the league that oftentimes once we, the fans, know their names, once they're household names, they're probably not as good as they used to be. So when you bring in DeMarcus Lawrence in the offseason, I think there's a question of, okay, what does this guy have left? Has he surpassed even what you thought he might have left at this point? Because he's just been unbelievable.
The expectation questions are just so tricky because you don't have them. You're just like, you're talking about looking at it through my lens, my 5'9" lens, just every day of trying to attack the heck out of the day and get to the net, and just keep going through the process. That's why I see it. And we start going off course, you start to tweak some things, or you got to confront things, or there's things that you need to do to get the ship back on course, whether it be with a certain player or for a certain side of the ball or a position group or the whole team, But if we feel like we're accelerating all in the same place together, man, is that a fun journey to be on? And we're glad that he's playing a huge part of that as well. And I guess that was the part of the vision of what we had for DeMarcus to be on our team and the role that he's going to play for sure.
All right, flip it over on the other side. What did the film? Cooper was great post game, talking about how enlightening this film is going to be because of everything Minnesota does defensively and all their looks and pre and post and all the stuff. Now that you've watched that side of the ball, Coach, what jumped out offensively with the execution and what Minnesota was able to do, dictating a little bit more than anybody else has, frankly, in that first half?
Yeah, I think, a lot of things we're going to learn from it. I haven't talked to our offensive staff yet. So we'll come up with some more, specifics as we go here. But, we obviously didn't start as fast as we wanted to. I felt like maybe they were ahead of us in terms of dictating terms at the beginning of the game. So that's not like a huge positive on our end. Now, I mean, I did think that the offense did a great job of figuring out ways to get the ball moving forward and sustaining drives really more consistently than we have at some parts throughout the season, which doesn't really go noticed. Now, we need to finish those drives better. Those are finishing with field goals. But there were, I think we only had 1 3 and out. We scored on a lot of our possessions, which is a positive. And the other thing is you talk about the resolve and the relentlessness of our team. We didn't back down, and we didn't abandon the run game. We knew we needed to stick to that. I think our coaches did a great job at halftime figuring out some protections that we could handle better, getting the answers to those things, finding more things in the run game that we could hang our hat on in the second half based off of the looks that they were giving us. And so those are all there's a lot of really good stuff. Mm-hmm. And you look at the stats, and it's not like a great offensive game, but there's also some of the looks and some of the matches and some of the things that they do, which is pretty unique to them compared to the rest of the league. Those are things we're going to have to be aware of and have answers for moving forward, for sure. But it's also like some of the things that they do is just, it's hard for a team to just say, hey, like, we're going to just abandon all the things we've invested in over the last 7 months, and we're just going to copy. We're just going to be the Minnesota Vikings. Like that's what makes them such a good defense, is that that's what they do, and they're really good at it. And we did some good things against them. You got to give them a lot of credit. But it's something that when you don't see it that often, I think we can have a better plan moving forward.
You guys had an open competition in the offseason at right guard, and obviously Anthony Bradford won. I'm not going to pretend like I really understand any of the details of interior line play. I can only see what they show us on TV and what some of the commentators say and what the film people on the internet say later. They don't paint a particularly pretty picture for what you've gotten from the right guard. How can that position improve? Is there the possibility of more competition here towards the end of the year? Where do you go at that spot?
Well, I think we just got to keep doubling down on our fundamentals and the things that AB's doing some good things. He really is. I mean, there's some really good plays on there, and there's some not so good plays. And I think some of those plays that show up are kind of like quick losses, maybe, and we can finish those plays better. So let's keep doubling down on the fundamentals. Now we have some guys like Christian came in yesterday and did a good job when AB went out. Jalen Sundell's coming back here in the next couple of weeks. Maybe there's some combinations there that we can look at, but there's going to be everyone's always in competition. Now, I mean, like Charles doesn't feel like, but Charles does that every day. Charles is he wins his left tackle job every day. That's what he does. Gray wins the left guard job every day. AB's been winning the right guard job when he's been in there, and so I can go through. I can take the whole roster. So, but everybody's under scrutiny and is in a competition for their shoot. I am, I'm competing to be the head coach every day. And so, sometimes when we fall short, there's going to be some competitions that open based on guys' performance. And we're always going to be thinking through that lens.
Was there anything, Mike, that Minnesota did specifically to JSN that others have not this year?
Well, they do operate a little bit unique. The Vikings do. I think it's just a function of time. We basically had to end up playing a certain way to keep the ball moving forward, and the ball wasn't finding them. But same thing, like in some of these passing situations, if you're going to put, two guys on jacks, that means other guys don't have two guys on them. So those guys are going to have to win. And there's some situations that they did, like Cody's slant route that he caught on the same pressure that hit Sam earlier in the game. We picked it up and we threw it on time and got an explosive, and the offensive line did a great job of chasing the ball and moving the pile forward. That was a great football play. And so we need more of those, if people are going to decide to take jacks away.
Hey, just a football, 101 question for you, because it's always fun talking some of this scheme. My father-in-law loves to say life's about trade-offs, and at almost 50 now, I'm realizing that more and more, the wisdom in that. And it's the same scheme, same with, I think, scheme in football that I've always known, but certainly learned even more coaching this year is, hey, we put these resources here, we do this here, we have this blitz package here, but you can go all the way, through and through. But just from a football 101, why don't more people do what Minnesota does defensively? Get up in the gaps, force calls, force line of scrimmage mechanics, really, just bring kind of, I don't even want to say exotic looks, but just from a football 101, why do you think the league the others don't do as much as Minnesota really majors in that?
Well, I think that, it's in the details. And, Flo is a guy that it's his system that he's honed for a long time. And there's not a lot of other people that have all those mechanisms at their disposal, and their players deserve a lot of credit too. They got a lot of smart players back there that are in premium calls and moving around. And I think when you just in general, general football
just
terms speaking, I think to be the most effective, you have to have your version of your vision of your side of the ball of your system that you're trying to create, and you have to. The principles of that you have to make to come to life, and then how you get it done is based off of your personal philosophies, the people on your team, all those things that kind of the little inputs and the tweaks that you can do, So I feel like we have we've generated a very strong vision of who we want to be in each three phases on our team. It's clear that Flo has a very clear vision about how he wants to operate his defense, and so all those details now are really crystallized. And they've had a lot of time to make that thing come to life with all the different levers that they can pull all the time. You really can go to any great offense, defense, special teams unit in the league, and I can point to you a system that is very clear on who they want to be identity wise, and and it's a very clear vision about how they want to be, and that's what you respect as a coach. You don't people that kind of just pill plays and, hey, this play's cool and this play's cool and that play's cool, and this play worked against them, but so let's run this play. This play worked against these guys. Well, you just lost my respect. All you did was just pull a play that happened to work against a certain team, and because it worked, let's just run this play. It worked. Well, you have no idea on why did the play work. Okay, there's a really good chance that they just screwed it up. And guess what? They have tape too, and they're allowed to practice. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to actually work on that play over the course of, So it's like, it just blows my mind that teams operate like that. This is not even answering your question, but I'm just going on a thing here, because it's just like, that's not how you win. That's not how you generate culture. It's not how you build systems. It's just totally against what we believe here in chasing edges. Sorry, there you go.
So good.
You're more than a year and a half into building your culture here. Do you feel like it is on schedule, ahead of schedule, behind? How do you feel about where the culture is at right now?
Again, I'm not going to evaluate. I can't give you I can't evaluate it. I just know that we got a great group, and I think I speak for all of our coaches. We love our group, and I'm taking our group against anybody. That's what I'm proud to say that. I'm proud to say that of the whole building, the whole organization. I mean, this isn't just Mike in a corner picking our players. This is a whole systematic teamwork. Like, there's a lot of people involved here, to try to get the right people on the bus, so to speak, to quote John Gordon, it takes a lot of effort of all people pushing in the same direction so we can develop our players and get the right people in the building. But I will say I really do love our group.
You had Riley Mills out practicing, right, for the first time this past week. How did he look?
He did a good job. It's going to take him probably the full amount of time, we think, to get ready to play. Maybe, I'm not going to bet against him, but I think it'd be important for him to stack as many reps as he can to gain the confidence he needs to play at a certain level. But did a lot of great things. He's putting in a ton of work. So I can't wait. It'll be fun to watch him this week to see the jump that he made.
Job, he took a shot right in the face. Did anybody else come out of that? We saw Sam a little banged up, maybe. Ernest, ran off the field. Any updates just from the post game? I know you get a lot more intel this morning, and we'll share this afternoon. But
yeah,
anything just intel post game wise?
I haven't got anything. But coming out of the game, I feel like Job cleared the protocol. I haven't heard anything this morning. Ernest, I think is good. He's probably just a little sore. Sam had a little bit of an ankle. He should be good to go. Yeah.
You can see Julian this week?
I'm gonna hope that we do. Yeah. Looking positive. He's got to take it day by day. But look, nobody wants him more out there more than I do. Trust me. We love our guy, but Julian. This guy is Let me just take this up. Julian he has worked extremely hard and incredibly diligently to get himself back out there. This is not a function of him not being ready to go or not doing all the things. He's taking it to the nth degree to come back and be as healthy as he possibly can. And our trainers are doing the same thing. It's one of those funky things that sometimes these things don't go your way and the timelines change.
All right, that was Mike Macdonald, who, of course, joins us the Monday morning after every game. So we'll talk to him Monday after the Atlanta game, and then the following Monday after Indy, and then a Friday Mike Macdonald show after the Thursday night primetime event against the Rams. Man, that is going to be fun. How cool will it be if the Seahawks can win these next two? And I know they can't look ahead, but I can because I'm not playing in those games. Beat Atlanta, which you should do. Beat Indy, which is looking, easier than it would have another, couple of weeks ago, as they've really kind of fallen off after a pretty easy start to the schedule. You win those two games and set up a huge battle with LA on a Thursday night. That is going to be super fun, super special. So what is Mike Macdonald building here, right? We asked him a little bit about it there, and the more I think about it, there is one word that continues to stand out. Tell you what that is next.
The Hawks get it done at home.
They do it in style with a 26-0 shellacking.
Improving to 9-3, staying with the small pack of teams atop the NFC.
It's intercepted, and this one goes to the house. Jones with a pick six.
Complete coverage at SeattleSports.com and the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
That was big for our defense. I feel like it's another level that we can reach.
And the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
All right, I admit it. It was hard to get out of bed this morning. Not only was I tired, but more than that, it was just freezing. I didn't want to get out of bed. Then I didn't want to get out of the shower. I'm lucky I made it to work today. And when it's cold like that and when I don't want to get up, I do think about retirement and living in a warm climate one day. And in order to do that, you got to start planning years and years in advance. And if you're anything like me, you need help with that. It's why I've talked to Trajan Wealth and why you should as well. And they can help with all the little things, right? If you're leaving an old 401k with a previous employer, that could create higher investment costs, right? So if you've got an old 401k and you're not sure what to do with it, call Trajan Wealth. That's a good way to start a conversation, to start a relationship. And I would say relationship is a very key word because they get to know you. The whole intake is really serious business as they get to know all of your individual needs and craft a plan around it. Call Trajan Wealth today. Schedule that complimentary introductory meeting and just learn more about them. 206-466-3300 is the number. That's 206-466-3300 or go to TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC. An SEC-registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
The best time of the year is here. Toyota-thon. Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton are providing you with the largest savings and the widest selection of inventory on Toyota favorites like Tacomas and Tundras, the Gas RAV4, the Hybrid RAV4, and the Hybrid Camry. It's Toyota-thon at TOK and TOR. That's ToyotaofKirkland.com and ToyotaofRenton.com. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Get a test drive, meet the wonderful staff, get a new car. It's Toyota-thon, people. Come on.
O'Brien. For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
What's up, everybody? It's Michael Bumpus. Seattle U's men's basketball team is hosting some big games at Climate Pledge. Come see teams like Washington State, and Gonzaga. First game is December 7th against UTEP. Grab your tickets at GoSeattleU.com/tickets. Red Hawks rising.
Okay. Only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... There, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
From holiday hosting to unforgettable gifts, Omaha Steaks delivers the world's best steak experience. And now, during the Sizzle All the Way sale, you can get 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com. Plus, our listeners get an extra $35 off with promo code SKY at checkout. I was lucky enough to receive Omaha Steaks as a gift, and it was everything I had hoped for. Items were individually packaged so I could cook for the entire family. Or if I was the only one home, I would treat myself with a delicious steak, sides, and even dessert. I loved those nights by myself. Right now is the perfect time to save on delicious gifts and holiday hosting favorites. Every steak is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers in America's heartland. It's holiday magic made easy. Save big on gourmet gifts and more holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their Sizzle All the Way sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code SKY at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. That's omahasteaks.com, code SKY.
Hey, it's Reese Davis. Let's be honest, you can't keep an eye on everything unless you've got Blink Outdoor 4 cameras. While you're focused on the game, Blink's keeping an eye on your home.
With up to 2-year battery life and with Sync Module XR, you can cover more space without constant maintenance. No wires, no worries. Blink helps keep an eye on what matters most. Get Blink today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Heward and Matt Marcus. Sorry about just Mike.
Heward, not exactly Joe Cap there in the pocket.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
Hi, Brock. Good morning.
Good morning, Salk.
How we doing today?
You know what I realized this morning getting dressed?
No.
So I was asking about your sweatshirt. I realized that I may not have made $1 volunteering this year, but I now have half of my closet full of Valor football gear.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. I got paid with shirts and long sleeve shirts and hoodies, and we had a playoff sweatshirt and then a different playoff run sweat. Like, you're going to just get used to it, buddy. Going to be a lot of Valor swag.
Well, good.
Valor swag.
I think you know me and how much I'm concerned about that type of stuff. Well, that's a good reason to watch on YouTube. We tell people all the time that you can now watch the show every day on YouTube, and you can see Brock's collection of Valor gear that he got for coaching. So
yeah, and I'd also recommend, because college football has been so crazy, that if you're looking for gear, go hit your local Value Village, Goodwill, because you could find coaches' gear. They've been known to just dump it. Oh yes,
yeah,
and
like,
at
I
Ole
don't
Miss,
work there
they just
anymore.
put Kip and stuff right on the streets. So and that is a fact. So yes,
maybe you can fly down to Ole Miss and grab yourself some
Lane
Kiffin
Kiffin left
gear.
Washington, I remember seeing all those pictures because they got a little JW maybe on the tag or something. Jonathan, who left Oregon State, same deal. So if you're looking for some Christmas swag, just hit maybe the possible Goodwill stores, because you could get a lot of the coaches' gear that has just been fired.
I spent some time last night reflecting back on our conversation with Mike Macdonald, and I understand some of his unwillingness to evaluate where his culture was at. I mean, I was really just trying to set him up to talk through kind of, how well it's taken shape. And I think ultimately he got there. I think the more I think about the culture and where the team is at, one word seems to come up over and over for me, and that's love. There seems to be a lot of love. He used the word yesterday, togetherness, and I think that's maybe a good lead into it. We asked him what his defense did best.
We played together. I thought, man, just, the turning point in the game is the fumble that our offense had in plus territory there. Defense goes out on the field. You're looking at, a 13-point swing, something along those lines. I mean, it's that was a big-time series of events, and just their attitude when we took the field, it was just like, all right, let's go to work. And
he's right. That's a huge moment, turning point in that game early. And I love the way he thinks of it as one, that whole complementary idea, one side helping out the other and picking up the other. And as soon as there's a problem, everyone just responds and reaches out to help their teammate. He pointed to the love for and from Ernest Jones and the conversation that he had in the locker room afterwards. And he even talked about, trying to help people get better, and that being the real, life of a coach and the real definition of coaching. I think when I consider all of that together, I think that's why we end up seeing a team that I think has such a fun-loving personality, and also why they play with some of that shocking effort that we talked about, specifically with the one play from DeMarcus Lawrence, but not just that. I mean, they play with shocking effort really throughout that game. They love each other, and they seem to really enjoy going out and doing it for each other.
How many different, I heard a sermon one time about love and all of the different Latin or Greek or different variations of it, and the different, ways that there's a brotherly love, there's a romantic love. Like that love is broken down in so many different variations. And it's funny, you go to love, this feels This totally feels like a brotherhood.
Sure.
You know, and it's right there in sync with what you're saying. And, you know, last year, I don't think we ever really felt this. How could you? With all of the immense turnover and change, with a system that just did not complement the other system, right? With what you had talked about, I think rightfully so, of guys attached really closely, and we heard even after the fact, to the previous head coach in season, to moving on from veterans in season at linebacker that you had signed. There were so many gears shifting.
Yeah, and also, look, the two most established players on the team, Geno Smith and DK, they weren't all about the love.
No.
Let's just be clear. They just weren't. That's not who they are. They have other skills and other personality traits that are valuable, but that's not who they are. Geno's not all about the love. He's busy apologizing for flipping off the fans in Vegas. What are we talking? He's not about love. He's the guy who got socked in the face by his own teammate. Like, that's not a love guy. And then in DK, I mean, I'm fascinated by DK, and he's an interesting person. But does anyone describe DK with, like, his brotherhood and love? I don't think so. I mean, like, I think both those guys created a lot more friction than they solved.
But how many people talk about you in that kind of loving way?
Oh, they don't know
and
me.
Yet, you know, we got a brotherhood.
They don't know. They don't know the real me. That's different. That's very different. They don't know the real
somebody
me.
Text me yesterday and asked if you were, you know, someone peed in your Cheerios over Thanksgiving. Thought you were a little feisty.
People ask that every day. It's the dumbest question ever. I hate it. Yeah. So why are you so grumpy today? Same as every day. Shut up.
Because the alarm goes off at 4:15.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you saw the Salk that could sleep from 1 in the morning till 9:15.
Super happy.
Guy.
Yeah. Wake up with a big smile on my face every single day. No one peed in my Cheerios. It's just too early to even eat them. What are we talking about?
But the beauty of, man, and it really is the beauty of this sport because of the numbers, right? Baseball gets there. Baseball gets there because of proximity with one another over 185 days in that marathon. But it's less than half. You're talking 70 guys now. And they treat those 70. It isn't like, hey, man, you 17. You're in your own little locker room over there. No, that's a ready squad. And a bunch of them have been significant contributors already this season.
Some of those, rotate in and out. I mean, you're probably talking about closer to 100 over the course of the year, right?
Yeah. I don't know if it gets, maybe so, yeah.
Injuries. I bet
probably.
you're getting pretty close to
85,
90. Or
85 or 90, yeah. So you got a big group there. And, yeah, man, life experience has taught me that as much as you want to preach that and talk about it, it's time on task together. It's the guys playing together. And then do they like each other? And you feel, right? I said yesterday to you, coming off of this game yet again, this is just starting to have that aroma of 13 and 14 of like, you just don't really want to play these guys. There's nothing easy that comes with playing against this defense. That's what it was in that era, right? Especially those years. Like, hey, man, here's your shallow cross. Enjoy it. And then enjoy 31 coming downhill on you and knocking you backwards. Yeah, you can take this little check down. Go ahead. Here comes Bobby and KJ ready to puncture your ribs, and it kind of feels that way defensively, collectively. As Mike said, they're all playing together, and there's no gimme.
Well,
no easy one.
And again, it does seem as if DeMarcus Lawrence has summed this up as well as anybody, whether it's the love for everybody in the locker room, the ferocity with which he plays. I really enjoyed what Mike said yesterday, kind of going a little deeper on what he meant when he said DeMarcus Lawrence was the best practice player he'd ever had.
We've said it since he walked in the door. I mean, I feel like I've said the same thing. The practice thing is real. I was referring to like the way he was in the offseason and just, you're doing drills in like phase 2 and this guy's like, it's like the Super Bowl's on the line. And I'm like, this is it. This is what we want. It doesn't matter the situation. It's how we want to approach drills. I love this. This is great. Like we just, this is a great example for the rest of the team on how we want to train. And he's been great. And in the building, I mean, he's like just an awesome guy and he's tough as crap and he's physical and competitive. And just determined, like we're talking about being relentless. I mean, that's like the ultimate relentless play.
You're talking about practice?
Yeah.
So we're talking about practice.
That's what, Brock. I'm so glad you said that. We're
talking about practice.
That is the exact antithesis of the Allen Iverson problem.
Yes.
Right? I mean, that is exactly why the Iverson thing stuck in so many people's craw, because what they wanted is if he had DeMarcus Lawrence's attitude in practice, maybe Philly would have won 5 straight championships or what. That's what they wanted, was that. That level of effort. I love this kid, this DeMarcus kid. He's old now at this point, but I love.
He's your age.
No, he's not. Let's not get carried away. I love DeMarcus Lawrence, Brock. I am more and more intrigued by him every day. I think I said yesterday he was my favorite free agent signing and favorite edge player the Seahawks have had since kind of Bennett and Averill.
Yep.
I think I might like him better. And some of that is, and I loved Michael Bennett, don't get me wrong. But there were parts to Bennett's game that would drive me crazy, as I think I've mentioned many times before. I have not found that with DeMarcus Lawrence. I love this guy. I love the way he gets to the quarterback. I love the way he stops the run. I love the way he leads. I love the effort. Apparently, he's the world's greatest practice player. He seems like it's just an unbelievable teammate. I'm all in on DeMarcus Lawrence.
Kind of fun in this market. Kind of fun for all of us that get to talk about it. All of you that get to be a part of it. That we saw a baseball team get pretty interconnected. Saw a baseball team that really seemed to like to play for one another and be with one another. And, man, are we getting those same vibes with this football team with 5 weeks to go down the
Well, there is 10 minutes of happiness, puppies, and sunshine for someone who thinks my Cheerios might be a little salty this morning. Don't worry. In 20 minutes, I'll give you the other side of the coin, and then you can say, what's wrong with Salk? Why isn't he happy today? We'll give you everything you need to know next on Brock and Salk.
Bump and Stacy, weekdays 10 to 2.
We knew Brian Flores was going to blitz the heck out of Sam Darnold, and he did exactly that.
Are we concerned about the offensive line in the first half? Pass pro was struggling, man.
I think this is going to be the recipe. If you want to rattle the Seahawks, you have to show pressure. It's simple math. You got 5 offensive linemen. You have 1 running back. So if you show a 6 or 7-man pressure to start, you force the offensive line to try to figure some things out.
Only on Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Maybe you woke up yesterday and saw that it is December. Maybe you woke up this morning like I did, like, oh gosh, Molly is already so far ahead and got so many of the presents wrapped. It's time for me to start thinking about her. Yeah, the holidays are here, and now is a great time for fitness gifts for your friends, your family, or maybe even for yourself. Hey, Brock Hewitt, from weight sets and accessories to the complete home gym, Top Fitness, well, it's the place to shop. And right now, Top Fitness has certified pre-owned, pre-core commercial treadmills that are the same models used in hotels and clubs that typically sell for over $13,000, available for, ready for it, $3,300. They look like new and they come with a full warranty. So don't settle for a lightweight treadmill when you can get the real deal. As always, get free delivery and assembly on those pre-core treadmills, ellipticals, and exercise bikes. And it's no secret, folks, why everybody from personal trainers to pro athletes love Top Fitness. You can visit them in Tukwila, Linwood, or Bellevue, or simply go to topfitness.com for all the fitness enthusiasts on your holiday list. Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Hi, I'm Andy, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a product development manager, I make sure every piece of fine jewelry at Shane Company is meticulously designed for quality. From 14-karat gold chains, pearl necklaces, diamond studs, and of course, dream engagement rings. We know you can get your holiday gifts anywhere these days, but knowing your loved one's gift was crafted by master jewelers? It's a difference everyone can see and feel, no matter the price. All of our fine jewelry begins with a vision by our in-house designers. Then, we ensure each piece meets our high-quality standards every step of the way, including the smallest details. It's why our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive, free lifetime warranty that covers everything and doesn't cost a dime. At Shane Company, there's no shortcuts, just craftsmanship. Because a friend wants your fine jewelry to be nothing short of perfect. Come see for yourself. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game. Sunday, December 14th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, December 2nd through December 8th. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
Hey, Brock Heward here. For my friends at People Come First or PCF Construction Group, are you tired of just grilling in the cold and rain every winter in the Northwest? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the wintry months. And I've got a special offer for you right now. Take advantage of off-season savings through December and get up to 20% off your entire project, plus no payments and no interest until 2027. Most people don't consider building a deck in winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, then contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming, designing, and approving your project so you're ready to build by the spring. Remember, planning and permits take time, so get started right now. Find all the offer details, get project ideas, and browse photos at pcfgroup.com or call 425-629-8476. That's 425-629-8476, pcfgroup.com.
Good Dog Auto Glass. When the stakes are high, you want the best on your team. When your windshield breaks, don't settle for your insurance company's fix that's just safe enough. Trust Good Dog Auto Glass, where the quality isn't light. We do all the things the little guys don't, and we do all the things the big guy does.
We answer the phone when you call, we work for you, and we will walk you through the insurance process. Visit GoodDogAutoGlass.com, Puget Sound's most trusted auto glass company, and get more bang for your bark.
You've heard the saying, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Since 1926, my family's been helping local businesses make great first, second, and long-term impressions. We know how to make your company look good with quality uniforms, logoed apparel, floor mats, linens, and more. If you're paying for linen service or doing it yourself, let's have the conversation. The information and quote are free, but the savings and service can really add up. Visit suplinen.com. Superior Linen Service. It's what we do.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Well, day after shutting out the Vikings, Brock, there was a lot to celebrate yesterday. The defense was special, man. That was a special effort, keyword, shocking effort that Mike Macdonald likes to talk about. It was all there, and shutouts are very, very rare. On the other side of things, the offense was not quite at the same level, right? Many of the questions center on the right guard spot. Anthony Bradford had another tough day. We asked Mike Macdonald about him yesterday.
I think we just got to keep doubling down on our fundamentals and the things that AB's doing some good things. He really is. I mean, there's some really good plays on there, and there's some not so good plays. And I think some of those plays that show up are kind of like quick losses maybe, and we can finish those plays better. So let's keep doubling down on the fundamentals. Now, we have some guys like Christian came in yesterday and did a good job when AB went out. Jalen Sundell's coming back here in the next couple of weeks. Maybe there's some combinations there that we can look at, but there's going to be everyone's always in competition. Now, I mean, Charles is he wins his left tackle job every day. That's what he does. Gray wins the left guard job every day. AB's been winning the right guard job when he's been in there, the whole roster. So, but everybody's under, scrutiny and is in a competition for their, I am, I'm competing to be the head coach every day.
What did you hear there?
Just inconsistency, Salk. And they're trying and trying and trying because he is a big, massive, powerful man, different than the rest of the guys. And there are times that shows up that you need that kind of size and that kind of anchor. But this has been the story, man. I mean, this was the story at LSU. That's why he was a fourth-round pick, right? This has been the story for 3 years. There's maybe a game. There's a couple series that are elite because he can move people. But then there's other series where he doesn't get off the ball and he gets his running back and his quarterback killed. And you just can't be that inconsistent. Don't give me that guy, all right? Don't give me the guy that can play like a 10, but then can play like a 1
right,
and hurt you. Give me the guy that might be a 7. Might be a 6.5, but you know what you're going to get each and every time out.
Well, and I think it's interesting that he mentioned a couple of other names, right, of possibilities that could end up being in that conversation. Jalen Sundell was one of them. He spoke to that in a little greater detail later in the day.
He's doing well, to my knowledge, yeah. He's doing good. Yeah, I think we have to work through what the lineup will look like when he comes back.
Yeah, now he would not have that size. So certain matchups, if you're playing, Derek Carter, 3 or whatever his name is for Carolina in a couple weeks, you're giving up 30, 40 pounds. Like
this is why I continue to think the whole idea of having 5 offensive linemen and you never make any changes to that is absurd. Okay, so play Anthony Bradford against Carolina. And in the meantime, play the guy who gives you a better chance to win that matchup. Why does it have to be the same defense or offensive line I don't get it.
Well, there is a lot of timing to it, Salk. There is a lot of rhythm. There
and
is
yet,
a lot
sometimes
of
guys goes
there
out.
There is a lot of communication.
And sometimes guys go out and the world continues to function. I like, if you practiced it that way, why wouldn't you platoon? It works in baseball. I don't know why it wouldn't work in football. I've been talking about it, obviously, for years and years, but it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Seahawks move up to number 4 in ESPN's power rankings. They are behind New England, LA, and Denver.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
See some of the early Pro Bowl voting that is out, Brock. JSN, not only number 1 wide receiver, number 1 in the NFC period, and second in the league overall. Only Drake May is ahead of him. That's pretty heady stuff, right?
Pretty lofty stuff. And remember all those top 10 lists that seemingly no Seahawk was on in the preseason? As far as top 10 and voting for the Pro Bowl by position, it was littered with Seahawk after Seahawk after Seahawk after Seahawk.
Now, one surprised me. Leonard Williams was the number 5 defensive lineman in the NFC, which is low, but okay, fine. Byron Murphy was well ahead of him. Number 1 in the NFC, Byron Murphy. I played this earlier, but this was Chris Long talking about, I think he's going to join us next week. This was Chris Long a couple weeks ago.
There's no way he's only 306, but there's also no way he's only like 23 years old, because it looks like he's been playing pro football for 10 years. The way he splits double teams, the near shoulder, near knee deal, you barely see anybody do anymore. Like when I used to, growing up, my dad used to be like, "Oh, it's like peeling bananas. You go near shoulder, near knee." You know how many times you showed me how to do what this kid does? Yeah, out of bed. He's a technique player who's got flashy upside from an athleticism standpoint.
What does that mean?
I don't know what near shoulder, near knee means. I'm not even going to pretend to know what defensive tackle lingo and language is on that one. What it does mean, and that voting means, is that we don't really watch all the tape. Because if you watch all the tape, Leonard's the one setting up.
But it means they see the sacks and, right? I mean, some of the numbers that have absolutely been
First round pick, a lot of hype, a lot of attention. Yeah. Does make flashy stuff. They both, by the way, by the numbers, both have 7 sacks. But overall, as DJ, I'm sure will share in an hour or so once again, as he does every week. The personnel people, the scouts, 99, that's just a different kind of human being.
Speaking of Drake May, Patriots sure look to be for real. They get to 11-2, a dominant 33-15 win over the Giants. He throws for 282 and 2 scores. Afterwards, he was asked if Mike Vrabel should be the coach of the year.
Man, I think the awards, I think he'll probably say the same thing. He's worried about each and every week, and that stuff will come. He's got my vote, and he's got a lot of people's vote. He's got everybody's vote, in this organization and, in that locker room, and I'm sure across the league.
I saw a tweet maybe this morning, last night, that said, obviously it's Mike Vrabel, right? Should be unanimous. And the only responses I saw were like, well, what about somebody else? Huh? Yeah, Ben Johnson, I think, was the only other name that I saw. Mike Macdonald not even mentioned. And by the way, Sean Payton should probably be mentioned as well. Like, those would be the 3 or 4 I would think should be in the running.
You know who's a really elite coach? Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
Not a head coach.
No.
Not a head coach.
Not what he does.
Not what he does.
Not what he does.
But as far as developing quarterbacks, as a coordinator and play caller, that dude, Drake May, looks like a different human being than the last 3 years.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Hall of Fame eligibility, Brock. Felix Hernandez back on the ballot for the second time. Remember, he got 20.6% last year, which is good showing. I think he'll get to a chance to get to 75. I saw somebody text in earlier and said, I thought it was an automatic that Felix is a Hall of Famer. I don't think so. I mean, he's obviously not a first ballot guy. He only got 20%, but I think Felix eventually gets in, but I think it's going to take 5 or 6 years, and this would be a key year to try to really build on the 21% from last season. He is, and some of the numbers the Mariners sent out, one of 5 pitchers with 2,500 strikeouts and 2,500 innings for only one franchise. The others, Hall of Famers, Walter Johnson, Bob Gibson, and Bob Feller, and future Hall of Famer Clayton Kershaw. So, there's some real... There's some real
headlining stats.
Yes.
There's some real headlining. It's kind of like Terrell Davis for the Broncos in his stretch of winning Super Bowls and 3, 4, 5 years of like, whoa, that guy was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But then it just faded really quickly.
It did, but he was up so early. I mean, he came up when he was like 17 years old or whatever. I mean, and then you bring in just sort of the love with the fans. King's Court action there. I don't know. I think Felix gets in, but I think it's going to take, 4 or 5 years, something like that. That is everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. All right, we're a little late. Let's come back. We want to talk about Sam. It's time. We kind of skirted the issue yesterday, Brock. Let's talk about Sam next on Brock and Salk.
The Hawks get it done at home.
They do it in style with a 26-0 shellacking.
Improving to 9-3, staying with the small pack of teams atop the NFC.
It's intercepted, and this one goes to the house. Jones with a pick six.
Complete coverage at seattlesports.com and the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
That was big for our defense. I feel like it's another level that we can reach.
And the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
All right, anybody else overeat over Thanksgiving? I certainly did. I admit it. I'll raise my hand right now and say it. But I'm able to get right back onto the Eastside Weight Loss Program. Started it again yesterday just to make sure I'm looking and feeling exactly how I want to, even through the holiday season. If it's time for you to get your weight under control, you got to find a way to go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com and just book a free phone call. It's like a 15-minute phone call. You got time for that. You can just hear a little bit more about the program, how it works. It's really simple. It's very healthy. They're also offering a $300 off promotion right now through the end of the year. So $300 back in your pocket to make yourself look better, make yourself feel better, and do it without any, dangerous injections or anything like that. It's a really simple plan that involves eating real food that you buy at the grocery store, just doing it the right way. And there's a ton of coaching and help that comes with it. It starts with that 15-minute phone call. Schedule yours at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. That's eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Dave Chappelle, live at Climate Pledge Arena December 9th, one night only. The comedy legend returns to Seattle. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't wait. Dave Chappelle, Climate Pledge Arena December 9th. Get your seats today.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Okay, only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... There, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
When businesses thrive, communities score. That's why Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup here in Seattle. And our more than 95 local business specialists are ready to help your business win. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
This is the home of the Seahawks.
Gonna let one fly deep. Got a man out there. Ball is caught down at the 10-yard line, and it's JSN.
Seattle Sports.
What's your holiday tradition? It's G. Scott here. For me, it's gathering with loved ones around a meal that brings joy. For many families, that tradition feels out of reach. Next time you shop at Safeway, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors. Your gift provides groceries to families across Washington, giving them access to nutritious food and the dignity to shop like the rest of us and choose what's meaningful for their holiday table. Visit nourishingneighbors.com and donate at your Safeway checkout. That's nourishingneighbors.com.
Holiday shopping got you stressed? The Mariners have you covered. Grab a season ticket membership for the super fan in your life, and they can lock in the best seats and benefits like guaranteed postseason access. Or mix and match with single game tickets for everyone on your list. From opening day on March 26th to must-see matchups against the Yankees, Phillies, and more. This holiday season, make Mariners.com your one-stop shopping destination.
Oh, he makes the catch. What a snag by Julio Rodriguez.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
This hour of the Brock and Salk Show is powered by Star Rentals, preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Yes, Brock. Let's talk about Sam.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about Sam.
Let's talk about Sam, baby.
Let's talk
about you and me.
About Sam.
You ever rank Sams? You guys ever rank Sams back in the day?
Ram Sam or Ram Sam? Yeah, probably. Of course, you got Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. Yeah, that's a big one.
You got Sam the Butcher, and him and Alice always had a little something, I think.
That's for sure. They definitely did. Yeah. I think everyone was pretty clear about that. I think they were just dating.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, it was never fully out there. I think it was
out there.
Are you sure about that?
No, but I think it was out there. I thought it was like a known quantity.
Well, Matt from Oregon will let us know.
Sam and Alice were just together.
866-979-3776.
At least I think so. Not that Sam.
The Butcher.
Not that Sam. No.
Okay.
Sam does a lot of things really well. He does.
Yep.
He really does a lot of things very, very well. And I want to make sure I state all these things because when I say in a moment or so that I'm not 100% sold yet on Sam Darnold, which I've been saying all along, I don't want it to make it seem as if I don't like Sam, I hate Sam, I want him out of here, anything like that. Mm-hmm. All these things are real. Sam is a very accurate passer, which is extremely important to me. The offense functions, like the mechanics of it, incredibly well. He's a very competent runner of the offense and game manager in that way. The players seem to really like and respect him. That's important, especially given, as we've talked about, this culture of love and brotherhood that we started the show with at 7 o'clock. I think he's an excellent fit for this offense, the play action, his ability to throw on the run. He throws a good deep ball. He's developed a great chemistry with JSN. I mean, like, there's a lot of things about Sam Darnold that have really impressed me this year, and pleasantly so. I mean, like, I really like a lot of what he's done, but you can't tell me you're 100% confident heading into these 4 big games after Atlanta and then the playoffs after that. You can't tell me that you're 100% confident and feel like, okay, I know exactly what I'm going to get out of Sam. You can't.
You know who he kind of reminds me of in this conversation? Another QB with a very short first name, Bo. There's a little Bo Nix to Sam Darnold. And some of it's the market. Some of it's listening to Schlereth and Stokely and our peers and our sister station. And some of it's also you see like the ceiling and you see like, you know, and I'm just looking at a bunch of these numbers. Both are, well, Sam's 19-10 touchdown interception. Bo is 19-9. Both of them don't get sacked, 15 and 13. They're near the top 10 in yards. Sam's rating's quite a bit better because of his yards per attempt and completion, and he hadn't had some of the stinkers. You know, Sam's had kind of one stinker. Bo's had more than one and started the season really slow. But I think it's the same thing. You just want to see it. You just want to believe, like, yeah, yep. But then there's enough moments where you're like, oh my gosh, he just threw it right between the 5 and the 4 of Bobby Wagner. You know, he just threw it right to the other guy. He just looked frantic in the pocket and his feet were so unsettled. And man, if you keep him in the pocket, he's prone to making mistakes. And I think that's the last big hurdle for Sam. Can he get over that? Anticipation, check. Accuracy, check. Toughness, check. Leadership, check. Stability, check. Beloved by his teammates, check. Like all of these checks, right? It's just okay, when stuff starts to get a little crazy and starts to hit the fan, can we just have calm within the storm? And I think that's the hurdle for both of those guys. 9-3, 10-2, having very productive years, right? And I think Bo checks all those same boxes in many of the same ways.
It's two of the best teams in the league this year, and their quarterbacks are a big part of the reason why. But I think that is some of the challenge this year when you look at the teams that are atop the power rankings. New England, second-year quarterback, waiting to find out what he looks like in the biggest moments. He's obviously been tremendous this year. I think we know about Matt Stafford at this point. I don't think there's any real question mark there. Sam Darnold, who we're talking about. Bo Nix, who you just mentioned. It's been kind of a different year. I mean, Caleb Williams and what the Bears are doing. There's a lot of new blood quarterbacks that are.
Because you didn't mention Allen or Mahomes.
That's right.
Or Lamar or Burrow.
Like the 3 or 4 guys. Maybe if you want to throw 5 in there with Stafford, he's the one. But it's been a different year in the NFL where those guys have not had great years and their teams have not had great years. So I don't know if it's a changing of the guard yet. I'm going to be a little slow to believe that those 5 guys are on their way out. I think it's going to take more than one down season before I'm telling you that Lamar Jackson isn't one of the best players in the league or Josh Allen or any of those guys. But the way this season has gone, there is some different blood at the very top, especially at the quarterback position. And because of that, there are automatic question marks about how they're going to handle those huge moments. With Sam, I think the fear is that there's almost like I think another way of describing what you said, Brock, there's like a self-destruct mechanism in there. I was watching Spaceballs a week or so ago. At the end of it, they find that self-destruct mechanism, which is so hilarious. Man, that movie is so funny from start to finish, and I just can't wait for the second one to come out. Like, it makes me laugh every time I watch it. But they got that self-destruct mechanism at the end.
Rick Moranis really had a window of time where
it's so funny.
Awesome. Yes.
I love the it says this, do not push unless you really, really mean it. It's so good. But like, doesn't it kind of feel like there's one in there and you're just hoping the other team doesn't find the right way to push it?
Yeah. The other guy, you mentioned Stafford there, and this would be like the positive. Like if you can like get over that hump and not hit that self-destruct button, because that was Stafford in Detroit for a lot of years. Now, that was a bad organization at the time and bad leadership. And even I think when he went to L.A., you were like, well, he's going to make a mistake, right? He's just going to force something. His feet are going to get a little choppy. He's just not going to see something. He's going to put up some amazing numbers. He's amazing talent, but there's just going to be just a short circuit. Like it's just going to short circuit at some point. And then it didn't, right? And then he got into playoff games and he just kind of dirted the ball. And he just played the next play. And he ended up winning a Super Bowl and doing some pretty, terrific stuff. And that, I think, is the hope here for Sam. is, hey, man, can you, that next step when things just are broken down around you, can you not multiply the issue, but just be the eraser?
Well, and especially in this world where his defense is this good.
Mm-hmm.
He's had good defenses before. I don't think he's ever had one like this. Even last year in Minnesota, that was a really good defense. Not as good as this.
Mm-hmm.
This defense is special, man. We've talked about it a lot, and it looks even more so on a week-to-week basis. And you would hope last week would be, the ultimate, deciding factor for him.
That's such a funny line to walk to, Salk. It's such
I know.
It really is a delicate line, because then you don't want to be like, well, just don't play to make a mistake. It's the antithesis of what Macdonald wants. He wants him just keep letting it rip, man. Keep letting it rip. Because I don't want you to play like, well, I can just lean on my defense here and put more of a burden on them. Part of the reason they've played some good defenses is you've built some good leads, right? They've been able to kind of tee off and played a lot of their strength. And yeah, go ahead, try to protect this against this group. So,
but that is very different, bro. I don't know. I don't think those two things are mutually exclusive at all. What you're talking about is being aggressive in the flow of the offense when you get the opportunity for explosives and shot plays, taking them.
100%.
I'm not saying anything about that. I'm not discouraging that. I'm not saying to stop being aggressive. I didn't say that. I mean, I'm saying when plays break down and you have
when
those
Minnesota
options,
pressures you 60% of the time.
When your options become try to make a hero throw or not, the answer right now might be not.
Yes.
And I'm sure that's a hard governor to put on any quarterback. I'm not saying it's easy, but I think when you look at this defense, you say, man, as long as you can eliminate turnovers, they can win you almost every game just by themselves. Wow. And you're going to hit your explosives and you get your running game going. And the guy's been awesome on those intermediate routes. Again, he's got some real strengths. This is not a question of, hey, he's not any good, so just try to not screw it up. I'm not saying that. I think there's real upside, but hang on to the ball, stop fumbling, and stop putting the ball in harm's way after the play breaks down. And if he can do those couple of things, then he absolutely gets over this hump, and he does become one of those quarterbacks who wins playoff games.
Yep. I mean, as much as Greg was talking about timeout usage and run percentage and everything else, he and Joe hit a number of times every quarter. Man, because they created 5 of them, because they are a top 5 takeaway defense. Just don't give them away on the other side, and you have a chance to really do special stuff, right? And, again, that's a line you walk because you don't want to play the game. Just don't make a mistake. If I just don't turn it over, if we just don't give them the ball. You can't play the game with those voices going, but you also, to your point, have to have a governor. Just like they do at Echo Falls on those carts, man. There's some steep hills there. They didn't have a governor on some of those carts.
Hey, off you go.
You
See
have
you
some
later.
real issues. On
206 says,
day.
timely reference, Salk, a 40-year-old movie. Your references are like when you were a kid and an adult would reference something from the 30s or 40s. Your references are 40 years old. All right, 2 things. 1, how dare you? 2, the only reason I was watching, it is. The only reason I was watching Spaceballs is because my 11-year-old daughter wanted to watch it because she thinks it's hilarious.
Right.
And 3, just for good measure, they're about to come out with a sequel, so it's about to be a fresh reference again.
Oh, okay.
So what's old is new again. What's dead may never die. And
Lyle,
yeah,
hey Lyle, you ever seen Spaceballs, the original Spaceballs?
No, I don't think I have.
No. Ever heard of the actor Rick Moranis?
No.
Nope. No, he's pretty good. You can look him up. He's pretty good in
Ghostbusters. You ever seen Ghostbusters?
Yeah,
he's in Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
he's
Honey,
the
I
nerdy
Shrunk
guy.
the Kids.
He's the dad in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Haven't seen that.
No, you're not missing a lot
He's
there.
a really little man. He's a petite, really little man.
He's funny though, man.
He was very funny.
Very funny little Canadian guy. So yeah, I'm sorry the Spaceballs reference
Strange Brew.
is too
Was he in
old.
Strange Brew?
Sure was. Yeah, Mackenzie Brothers, Strange Brew, Hoser, Sort of lost control here again.
That's really good.
You are making old references because my dad loves Strange Brew.
Well, Strange Brew is a really old reference.
Really old. Yes.
I mean, Spaceballs, I don't know. Spaceballs, at least, I think, always has sort of been in the, I don't know.
In the lexicon?
Yeah, in the lexicon, because it's
a cultural lexicon.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars takeoff and Mel Brooks. But yeah, no, I would agree. I think Strange Brew is a deep cut, very old reference that you probably don't really need to make. But my kids both really like Spaceballs, so I don't know. I think that one is.
All right, so confidence meter here in the final 5. Maybe we'll do a little
for the
check-in
final.
each-
All right, for
each
the
and
next
every
game,
week.
confidence meter very high.
Yeah, Atlanta's pretty good
I don't
defensively,
care.
man.
You better beat
Atlanta's-
Atlanta. You got to go beat them. Like that. That to me is a non-starter. You got to go beat Atlanta. After that, man, what a gauntlet! It is a gauntlet. Indy obviously has been good. The Rams are the game of the year. Carolina's been so much better, probably a playoff team. And then San Francisco to finish it up. Like, oh my gosh, that is a real gauntlet, man. This December into January is going to be a blast.
Yep. And it's so funny, too, because as you looked at it preseason-wise, you were like, oh, Carolina's bad. The Colts are bad. Obviously the Rams and Niners in division, you kind of knew what you had. But, yeah, kind of preseason, you thought those teams were not going to be all that. And they're a whole bunch better because this league this year, and I think in a very healthy way. You mentioned that. All the new blood at quarterback. I think it's great for the game. I think it's great for the league. Watching Drake May last night, looking at him, it's him and Stafford now. It's only a two-man race for the MVP of this league. Right at this juncture, it's really separated themselves. And there is no Lamar, and there is no Josh, and there is no Mahomes, and there is none of those really familiar names over the last decade proliferating those MVP lists.
The reader, sir. It appears to be
jammed. There's so many great lines in that movie.
May the Schwartz be with you.
We have a couple of them in here. This one's, I think, just in here because of Wassel. He likes this line.
What? We're done with you. Go back to the golf course and work on your putts.
That's right, Brock. Let's do some Blue 88.
This is Brock and Salk's Blue 88, powered by Xfinity.
We're going to go red, right, tight, close, sprint left, G, U corner, halfback, flat, on one. Ready?
Brock Heward tackles 3 football questions as only he can.
Blue 88.
Now here's your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here on this most joyous occasion to witness Princess Vespa, daughter of King Roland, going right past the altar, heading down the ramp and out the door.
All right, question number one.
Frankly, I like the comb.
The comb the desert, yeah. I don't know if you can make that joke now. All right, Brock. A lot of national voices weighing in on Sam Darnold and whether or not there is a kryptonite. Has it been discovered? Is there a Sam Darnold kryptonite?
Yeah, we played some sound last week, Salk, when you were out.
Okay.
We played some sound, Brady and I did, Amina Kimes. And that was coming off of, or maybe that's a couple weeks ago, coming off of the Rams game, talking about the pressure. And talking about, in particular, the pressure in Sam's face. When he gets that immediate pressure, he can dodge the outside stuff. We've seen him escape to the outside a bunch. He'll step up into the pocket if you try to overload or bring edge pressure. But it's the stuff right in the middle that's been problematic. And this was Nolan Mert, one of the producers of Chris Long's podcast, and he kind of took an even deeper dive with it.
I do think that this is becoming a pattern for them with Sam Darnold, and that kind of becoming the blueprint to slow down this offense is middle pressure, post-snap rotations. It's kind of like you look at the season JSN's having, and it's like, man, how do you cover this guy? The way you cover him is move Darnold off his spot. It kind of short-circuits the entire offense. Flores, he's known for blitzing. They blitzed over half their plays yesterday and held the Seahawks to a 26% offensive success rate when they blitzed. They had Kubiak, Darnold, the offensive line in a blender, trying to get these counts correct, get the blitzes picked up. Also, the Minnesota edge guys won a bunch of rushes, Grenard, Turner, Van Ginkel, obviously. So I think there is kind of a blueprint out there now, and I think that's a little concerning for the Seahawks moving forwards.
Yeah, I think that is. And until you remedy that and rectify that, and there are ways, in the game of football, it's just like baseball, man. It's a game of adjustments. You show something, you show a little flaw, you show a little hole in your swing, you show a little hole in your zone, you're going to have to change that. And once the only way they're not going to attack it is for you to fix it and remedy it. And I thought in the second half they did. Mike talked about that with us yesterday. Right, there were some adjustments. There were some screens. There were some tempos. There were some outside perimeter run. There were some seal the edge and get outside of stuff. And, there's always answers. It's just how quickly you can get to them. And, the best of them, I've told this analogy a bunch, but I loved it. It was from a D coordinator, long tenured D coordinator in college football. And he said, the worst coordinators love facing those guys. They didn't even know what I was doing until the next day when they watched tape. the good coordinators and staffs, they figure it out at halftime, and they make some adjustments. The very best, they do it in game. It takes one series, and I'm not going to get them again. So that's kind of some of where this has got to evolve, and you can expect some middle pressure this week, some linebackers up in the gaps, some of the stuff that certainly the Vikings had success with.
All right, question number 2. A guy, Brady mentioned him in his little blurb with the Seahawks power rankings today, is Rashid Shaheed. I mean, they traded for him at the deadline, kind of waiting for him to really become a bigger part of the offense. What are we learning about Rashid Shaheed so far?
Yeah, we're learning exactly what Daniel Jeremiah said the day that they traded for him and why he liked us. He doesn't have to be a volume guy to make an impact. And he is not a guy that's going to complain and moan and be a bad teammate. And instead, he's probably going to really enjoy this culture that Mike defined as loose but focused. Right, you defined with a love and a togetherness and a brotherhood. Here was Shaheed talking about the difference he's felt coming into this organization from the Saints.
There is an emphasis on special teams. It's not something that is looked over at all, and it seems like the schemes and the ideas are changing weekly, and they always fit to what works best for us. I feel like they understand the players very well and our skill sets. It takes extra time to make sure that we are, locked in, ready for the games, so that we know and we could just play fast and free. And, the coaches are great, and they let us kind of just, get a feel, and they got a feel for me in the meantime, and it's been good.
Yeah, loose and focused, and then ultimately as well, know your player strengths. And I think they're still figuring that out with Shaheed. I think an in-season move, Salk, is a lot more difficult in football than it is baseball. In baseball, it's plug and play. You're an independent contractor, go play first base. You hit fifth in the lineup, go drive the guys in. Football, there's a different rhythm to it. There is a different timing to it. There is a different continuity to it. There is a different how much can he absorb of what we're doing as well, even though it's a similar language and he had been in it and everything else. There is just a different acclimation period.
Sure.
And I think we're still in that acclimation period. It's only been a few weeks. I do think he's going to make an impact. And in one of those 4 games, those huge games, I would love to see him have one of those where he gets, 6, 7, 8, 9 touches through special teams, through reverses, through the run game, through the passing game. Because there is he's got a lot of juice. When the ball's in his hands, isn't it kind of fun?
It's awesome.
This dude can go.
Yeah.
This dude can go. Just give him some space and green grass. That's going to be fun to watch. And I do think it will happen in the next 5 weeks.
All right, question number 3. We asked Mike Macdonald yesterday about getting Julian Love back. He gave a very long answer, kind of going in depth as if there was some question mark about whether or not there was a legitimacy to his injury. I wasn't under any impression that was a concern, but why is he so excited to get Julian Love back?
Because he gives you now guys at every level that are elite erasers. Ty Okada's done an unbelievable job. From where he was in that opener versus San Fran, Salk, where I was like, oh my gosh, this dude just cannot play. He's too small. He can't tackle. He's going to get absolutely taken advantage of. And from that point to now, where he's become a very, very competent piece. You don't feel like, oh, you're doomed. You can be in the right spot. He's going to play really hard and really fast, and he's very athletic. But he just doesn't have the erasing skills that Julian does. And the different things that you can check to and get in and out of. And to have that at that level, with EJ at the second level, with Leonard Williams at the D-line level, you have high football acumen guys at every level. And I think he also settles Spoon down, settles Reek down, settles some of those guys around him, right? He's the father figure of that back end. And I think that Mike will really look forward to getting Julian Love back on the field.
All right, there you go. That is today's Blue 88. Yeah, this was his answer on Julian Love yesterday.
I'm going to hope that we do. Yeah, I mean, looking positive. He's got to take it day by day. But look, nobody wants him more out there more than I do. Trust me. I mean, we love our guy, but and I know Julian. This guy is. Let me just take this up. Julian has done. He has worked extremely hard and incredibly diligently to get himself back out there. This is not a function of him not being ready to go or not doing all the things. I mean, he's taking it to the nth degree to come back and be as healthy as he possibly can. And our trainers are doing the same thing. It's one of those funky things that sometimes these things don't go your way and the timelines change.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's just speaking to Salk how long it's taken to get back from a hamstring.
Mm-hmm.
Like an ACL, a dislocated elbow, a torn pec, a torn bicep. You know, these guys coming back from the sprained knee, Sundell and Jaron, and eventually, you know, even Zabel avoiding that injury. I think I haven't heard a lot of that noise, but it may be rumbling like, really? 8-9 weeks for a hamstring? But he had setback, and he had another setback. And, you know, I know you're going to be so sensitive to those with hamstrings.
Yeah, I totally get it.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
And you're still not right.
It's been about a year and a half. But thanks, Brock. I continue,
Year and a half,
continue to just, let's just add on to it. Why not? We'll just go a little farther.
And you can't even sprint.
Why not 2.5? Why not 3.5?
You can barely walk up the stairs.
Why not 17.5? Coming up next, Maura created a little fun game for us, so we have an opportunity to argue. We'll do it. Coming up, I'm Brock and Salk.
The Mike Macdonald Show, the morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
What did your defense do best yesterday?
We played together. You know, the turning point in the game is the fumble that our offense had in plus territory there. Defense goes out on the field. You know, you're looking at, 13-point swing, something along those lines. I mean, it's that was a big-time series of events, and just their attitude when we took the field, it was just like, all right, you know, let's go to work.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
Hey, Brock Heward here. For my friends at People Come First or PCF Construction Group, are you tired of just grilling in the cold and rain every winter in the Northwest? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the wintry months. And I've got a special offer for you right now. Take advantage of off-season savings through December and get up to 20% off your entire project, plus no payments and no interest until 2027. Most people don't consider building a deck in winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, then contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming, designing, and approving your project so you're ready to build by the spring. Remember, planning and permits take time, so get started right now. Find all the offer details, get project ideas, and browse photos at pcfgroup.com or call 425-629-8476. That's 425-629-8476, pcfgroup.com.
Good Dog Auto Glass.
When your windshield breaks, the national brands say their fix is safe, but the quality is light. Instead, trust Good Dog Auto Glass for the best in quality auto glass.
Don't let the insurance company bully you. When you call, we answer the phone. Visit us online and get more bang for your buck.
The Oki Golf Platinum Players Card is $50 off with the Friends and Family Holiday Discount. The best value in golf. Get 7 prepaid rounds, 7 50% off guest passes, and unlimited discounted green fees at every public Oki golf course. Play favorites like the Golf Club at Newcastle, Washington National, and Harbor Point. This is the only time you'll see a deal like this. So whether you're gifting it or grabbing it for yourself, don't miss your chance. Visit okigolf.com and save $50 before December 31st.
The rainy season's here, Seattle, and your roof can't wait. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and get $500 off today. Costly repairs and Band-Aid fixes won't hold up and just drain your pockets. Our technicians replace roofs year-round, backed by the strongest warranties. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really
really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
This hour is brought to you by Trajan Wealth Management.
Give me a freaking auto! From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Ewert is my hero.
Jay Buhner just punched me in the kidney.
We're going to see you on minute.
Doesn't really work that way, Sherm. This is a show that has my name on it.
It kind of does, though.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Ewert and Mike Salk.
All right. Daniel Jeremiah going to join us in 30 minutes, Brock. I missed DJ last week. I'm sure he'll give me grief. He'll give me grief for not being here.
Oh, yeah, you can guarantee that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll suck it up. It was fine.
Would it surprise you that DJ and I both grew up in a minivan?
The same minivan?
No, their van was a little fancier. His dad,
okay.
But they would drive from San Diego. Why wouldn't we? To where did he say? Pennsylvania, New York.
Whoa!
Oh yeah,
that's a long drive for like Thanksgiving.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, we can't fly. Yeah.
They would drive 5 days for Thanksgiving.
You can ask.
Stop it! They did not go from California to Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving. No.
Maura, where was it? Yeah, it was like Michigan or New Hampshire or Minnesota.
Those are all those places. None of those places are near each other. All right, we'll ask DJ.
Michigan and New Hampshire are not close.
Michigan, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania,
My
maybe
family
Minnesota.
lives in Massachusetts and New Hampshire. It's like a 10-minute drive.
All 3-day journeys, at least 3 to 4 day journeys.
It's a 5-day journey from San Diego to Pennsylvania, and that's doing like 12.5-hour days. Let's play some buy or sell, because I am selling the idea that DJ did that. Having done that drive many times, it's long.
It is long. I did Indy to Seattle twice.
Yeah.
2 days. 20 hours straight driving. Almost hit an elk. Almost died.
I've done the LA to Boston drive 5 or 6 times. It's long. It's very long. You're not doing it for Thanksgiving. I'm just going to tell you. That's not happening. All right, Maura, some buy or sell. What do we got today?
All right. Buy or sell, the Seahawks are the best team in the NFC.
I got to sell it. Sorry. I want to buy it.
Sold.
And I think eventually there's a good chance it'll be true, but you got to beat the Rams first. Mm-hmm. They haven't done it yet. They got to beat the Niners too. So until you beat those teams, I can't put you there. As much as I want to and as much as I think they can beat them the next time up, got to do it first. Sorry.
Nope, I think I'm with you there. I think now, roster-wise, right now, like pure roster, pure baseball conversation. Your rotation, their rotation. Your lineup, their lineup. Like just from a pure roster construction standpoint, without many of the stars in San Fran, they still found a way. It's amazing. But overall roster, I don't know if there's another roster I'd want in the NFC than the Seahawks. Maybe the Rams. Devontae and Puka and their front still
Did you see
pretty
that
solid.
catch that Puka Nacua made this weekend?
Unbelievable.
For all of the talk about the catch the guy made on Sunday Night Football, which was unbelievable, don't get me wrong.
Yep.
I think
Puka's
the
was
Puka
better.
Nacua cut, I think it was even harder.
Degree of difficulty?
A degree of difficulty. He caught it backhand. It was
Correct.
insane.
Through a guy.
It was really,
Through
and I
contact.
showed it to my buddy last night, Ben, and he was kind of like, meh. I was like, what?
Come on, Ben.
Crazy?
Come on, Ben.
That's what I said.
You listen to the show right now, Ben? You crazy, dog. Dart in your neck.
All right. All right, so we agree. Can't say it right now.
Was that at the Kraken Iceplex? Were you showing them on your
Where
phone?
else would it be?
All right, next up, the Bears are for real. Buy or sell?
I already said buy on this. I'm in. I'm in on the Bears.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I'm selling the Bears.
You are?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean for real? Do I think they're going to win the Super Bowl? No, but
Ben Johnson taking his shirt off.
Do you want to play them right now?
No,
Yeah.
I think they're good. Did
I'd
they
play
find
them.
ways to
Rock's
win?
not scared.
I'm not scared of the Bears.
Find ways to
They're
win,
finding
man.
ways to win. Sure. Great. Caleb's still got some big holes in his game. He's amazing. He's taking some big strides. Ben's an awesome play caller. Keep your shirt on, Ben. You know, pretty fit. Pretty fit. Not gonna lie, pretty fit.
Apparently, we got a text yesterday. Apparently, it was some local hot dog place said they'd give the fans free hot dogs if you did it.
No, well, that was nice of him.
So it wasn't apparently
He did it for the
wasn't just
people.
because he wanted to.
He did it for the people. Yeah, no,
I think he's
I'm
on
buying.
peptides. I
Brock,
think he's
I'm
on
buying the
peptides,
Bears because I think when you win that many close games, it says something about who you are. And you can poo-poo it if you want and say, well, they're not blowing teams out and they're not. So what? At some point, like that becomes your identity of who you are. You learn how to win. You find ways to do it. And I think they get a lot of credit. I'm not taking them to win the Super Bowl, but I'm buying the Bears. I think they're for
How
real.
you doing on your testosterone journey? Peptides, any of that stuff? No?
Ben Johnson shirtless just made you think of that?
It did.
or-
It kind of did. Yeah, kind of did.
Anyways, this is Mike Tomlin's last season as Steelers head coach. Buy
I
or
didn't
sell?
ask you about working out. I'm taking some strides. It's one of my New Year's resolutions
Oh, yeah?
early. I'm like, I'm not going to ask Salk if he's done push-ups.
That's nice of you.
Or the last time he sweated.
Appreciate
or the
that.
last time. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm done with that.
Maybe your New
But
Year's
I will
resolution
ask you about
should-
your internal health.
Thank you. Please
about
do.
your growth hormone, about your testosterone.
Please stop doing that.
Maybe your New Year's resolution should be boundaries.
Yeah. Let's
Nope.
start there.
Nope.
Sorry,
All
Mark.
right, buy or
Mark, go
sell.
ahead.
This is Mike Tomlin's last season as Steelers head coach.
Oh, jeepers.
I'm buying it. I think it's his own stupid fault. You are allowing the worst person in the NFL to drag you down. You are allowing an absolute. Aaron Rodgers is a scumbag, man. What he said the other day is awful. I think it's terrible. And the fact that Mike Tomlin hasn't done more to curb it, it's on him. If he ends up getting fired at the end of this year, it's on you. You should never have allowed this guy into your building. You watched what he did in Green Bay. You watched what he did in New York. You know what a problem he is for the building, for the coaches, for the teammates. It's ridiculous. How you thought this is hubris. You deserve everything you get. And I think he does end up getting fired or resigning or something at the end of this year. And I think Rodgers goes with him. And I think it's his own stupid fault.
I think one of the challenges is they are one of the 7 of 32 teams that have alignment. The Mike Mayock reference. I think they got great alignment. Ownership, general manager.
They found somebody
commitment,
to test
president. And, you know, I think with that, Salk, they've been they've never had a bad year. Right? Mike Tomlin has never had a 4-12 year, 4-13 year. And they'll probably still get to, we'll see. I mean, they're 6-6, still control their destiny. But man, it does feel like the temperature's hotter than ever. Right? They were booing their team song, they were booing Tomlin, they were fire Tomlin chants in the stands. That it feels like if this doesn't turn, this will be the end. I'm buying that.
I thought you were leading up. There we go.
Thank you. I'm buying it.
All right, after seeing the early Pro Bowl voting results, buy or sell that the Seahawks have at least 7 Pro Bowlers for the first time since 2021.
Whoa.
Oh, I'll buy that.
7?
Yeah, by the time they do all the reserves and
6 or
fill-ins and
7?
everything else.
Yeah, in 2021, it was Bobby Wagner, Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, Quandre Diggs, Jamal Adams, and then Tyler Ott and Nick Ballore. Also.
I'm selling that sucker.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
7?
Selling.
No problem.
Because we can be playing in that Super Bowl, baby. I'm selling that. I ain't going to be there.
But they just get named to the Pro Bowl. That's all anybody.
Sell that crap.
No, you still get named.
All I know is Leonard Williams needs to make it this year, so everybody needs to vote because he's not as high as he should be still.
My
When
homework
the players vote and the coaches vote, he's going to be in. Byron and him will be in. I mean, Ernest Jones keeps picking off passes and leads this team in tackles on the best defense in the league. I don't know, Spoon's got a pretty good reputation. I think he missed too much time. JSN offensively. Yeah, I don't know if we get to 7. I don't know.
They'll get to 7.
Okay. All right.
Book it.
Okay.
Put it in the bank.
Buy or sell both Super Bowl teams from last year. The Chiefs and the Eagles missed the playoffs.
I'll sell that.
Yeah, I'll sell that too. Sold.
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 In the back road. Sold. Dumb question. No, I'm just kidding. I think both teams.
Cowboys are nipping at the Eagles' heels, and they look bad.
I think the Eagles get in. Not sure about the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But I think the Eagles get in.
Something wrong in Philly, though.
I'm not saying there's not, but we've seen that before, and they seem to find a way to play through it all and deal with it and go on a little run in December. So, yeah, I'm
Pretty
not
good
counting the
the last
Eagles out.
scrimmage, though.
Just
Pretty good the
yet.
last
All right, there you go. That is a little buy or sell. Brock, we are teaming up with our sister station, Cairo News Radio, to celebrate 37 years of holiday magic. You can join us on December 10th as Cairo News Radio shares stories of hope as they highlight the amazing work that Treehouse does for youth in foster care across Washington. You can learn how you can help make the season brighter at mynorthwest.com/holidaymagic, or you can text MAGIC, MAGIC, to 888-973-5476. I don't know where that number came from, but okay, 888-973-5476. I believe
37 years.
Yeah, I believe so. There's a whole auction part of this. I believe that I've volunteered to play a round of golf.
Yeah, it says golf and sports talk with Mike Salk at Newcastle is one of the auction packages.
I know. I said I would do it. I said I would go play golf. And they were like, well, you're going to go play golf with random strangers? I was like, well, that's what I do every Friday anyway. Like, how much? At least these people are paying for it and giving money to charity. It's not that different from what I do anyway on Fridays. So, yeah, if you think it would be fun to play a round of golf with me, you can see how bad I am at golf. And you can see me get mad and probably swear at myself along the way. Brock, what other things do you think you could get when I play golf? What other joys do you get?
There's a lot.
There's a lot. There's a lot. Not all of them we can talk about here on the air. So you can find out all my secrets by bidding once we get there. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476. Okay, DJ coming up in 20, Daniel Jeremiah. We'll be back with everything you need to know next, including what Mike Macdonald said about Anthony Bradford that I thought was telling. It's next on Brock and Salk.
The Hawks get it done at home.
They do it in style with a 26-0 shellacking.
Improving to 9-3, staying with the small pack of teams atop the NFC.
And this one goes to the house. Jones with a pick six.
Complete coverage at seattlesports.com and the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
That was big for our defense. I feel like it's another level that we can reach.
And the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Well, if you're taking care of your to-do list in this holiday season, doing a little bit of shopping, getting your finances in order, and maybe you found yourself on the sidelines, you just don't want to deal with your insurance. Too stressful, too confusing. You don't really have answers. You're just making all sorts of assumptions. Then make this Tuesday, December 2nd, the day you reach out to my friends at First Mark Insurance, and you take the First Mark Insurance Challenge, just like Molly and I did some years ago. The only thing I regret is we didn't do it earlier. And frankly, when I talk to family and friends that have made the same and taken the same challenge, they say the exact same thing. I just wish I would have done it earlier. We'll make today the day, because here's how First Mark will take care of you. They will analyze your current coverage, making sure you're not overpaying for the wrong coverage, making sure you got the right things covered for you and your home and your situation. Then they go to the market. Dozens of major carriers they have worked with for years to find your situation the best fit. That's it. There's no stress. There's no confusion. They're your teammate, and they spent the last 30 years helping thousands of families really manage this complicated world of insurance. So please don't wait a day longer. Take the First Mark Challenge. Did I mention it's free? And you might be the next First Mark Challenge victory. Just go to firstmarkinsurance.com. It's all right there. Firstmarkinsurance.com. Your teammate that goes to work for you.
Dave Chappelle live at Climate Pledge Arena December 9th, one night only. The comedy legend returns to Seattle. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't wait. Dave Chappelle Climate Pledge Arena December 9th. Get your seats today.
What's up, everybody? It's Michael Bumpus. Seattle U's men's basketball team is hosting some big games at Climate Pledge. Come see teams like Washington State, and Gonzaga. First game is December 7th against UTEP. Grab your tickets at GoSeattleU.com/tickets. Red Hawks rising.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, a new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. This dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Bucky's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history, all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Bucky's makes auto care simple. Visit Bucky's.com today and drive with confidence. Bucky's.com.
What does VA mean to me?
A place for my daughter to call home. Thanks to the VA Home Loan.
A new lease on life. The best healthcare team I've ever had is here at VA.
And education, and the opportunity to open doors I never thought possible with my GI Bill.
The financial support I need to manage the disabilities I developed because of my service.
Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. Are they a reliable service? How will I know if something happens? Are they keeping everyone safe? At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today to talk to a local security expert.
Hey, Mike Salk here for my friends at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and obviously New Year's is coming up. Can you believe it? Book your stay at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel for an evening of elegance at a night at the Grand Ball. This New Year's Eve celebration includes the legendary DJ Super Sam. And sports fans, you got to check out the Hawks Peak. You're home for game days with great food and drinks, more than 60 TVs, so you won't miss a play, and a heated, covered outdoor deck with those great views of the Snoqualmie Valley. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Well, Brock, we spent a lot of time yesterday excited about the Seahawks and their defense and the big shutout that they had over the Vikings for good reason. It was pretty awesome. The other side of things with the offense, look, they weren't bad, but it wasn't exactly a dominant performance, and I think there is increasing focus on the right guard spot. Anthony Bradford came out of that game with an elbow injury. It sounds like that's not going to keep him out any longer, but lots of criticism and questions about his future. This is what Mike Macdonald told us yesterday.
I think we just got to keep doubling down on our fundamentals and the things that AB's doing some good things. He really is. I mean, there's some really good plays on there, and there's some not so good plays. And I think some of those plays that show up are kind of like quick losses maybe, and we can finish those plays better. So let's keep doubling down on the fundamentals. Now, we have some guys like Christian came in yesterday and did a good job when AB went out. Jalen Sundell's coming back here in the next couple of weeks. Maybe there's some combinations there that we can look at.
Yeah, I think what I read between the lines, the competition there is wide open. They've given Bradford every opportunity, in my humble opinion. Every opportunity
really
to double down on his
worried about
fundamentals, to
Christian
double
Haynes.
down on his focus, to double down on his concentration, to double down on his per series and per game play. And it's been years of inconsistency, just like it was in college. We'll get to Daniel Jeremiah's big binder of pre-draft, and I'm going to bet you that inconsistency is going to be a part of that grade for Bradford and why he was a fourth-round pick.
I gotta say,
second
man,
or third round pick.
because of Christian Haynes' inability to beat him out at any point in the offseason or so far this year, my real hope is that when Sundell comes back, he moves to guard. And maybe that's pie in the sky, and maybe he's not big enough to do what they want him to do there, but that's my hope, that Olu sticks at center and he plays right. I just want to get the 5 best guys out there, and if that's the way to do it, then let's do that.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
You asked earlier.
I love your frustration.
What?
I just love your frustration with interior offensive line play, and it's rightful, and I'm not questioning it. But it's one of those, as you said to McDonald, like, I don't even know what I'm looking at.
No,
right?
I don't pretend to.
No, but can we just remedy it? Just fix it.
Just fix it.
Like my InSinkerator, I don't know why it's leaky. I try to take the tubes off of it.
Oh, man.
I try to do stuff, and don't tell me I need a whole new unit.
Oh,
it's like
Brock.
4 years old.
Brock, Heather and I once installed a disposal together.
A what?
A garbage disposal.
Disposal? Disposal.
Yeah. Disposal.
Disposal.
Disposal. Like it disposes of everything. It's a disposal. Is that not what it's called?
I've always heard garbage disposal.
Disposal.
I've never heard disposal.
Is that not what it is? Am I crazy?
Text away, please.
Hey, it's been 47 years of saying disposal.
Yes.
Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, that was nearly the disposal end of our marriage as we attempted to install that thing together.
Yes.
Woo! Do not try that at home.
No,
Call a plumber.
no.
You'll be a whole lot happier when it's all said and done. Maura asked about 7 Seahawks making the Pro Bowl. JSN's going to make it. He is the number 1 vote getter in the NFC. That's incredible. Byron Murphy leading the NFC for defensive linemen, ahead of Leonard Williams even, who's number 5. Gray Zabel, the number 2 guard. DeMarcus Lawrence, the number 6 D-end. Nuosu was up there. I think they're going to be pretty well represented.
You know, it strikes me again there, just return on investment. Those names you mentioned right there versus their pay of their peers, right? And then some of it is just the cycle they're in, of being incredibly young and on their first contracts. And Byron Murphy was the number 16 pick in the draft, got some good coin, but he ain't making $30 million a year. Your ends aren't making $40 million a year. JSN ain't making $30 million a year. Like the Gray Zabel isn't making $20 million a year. Quite a return on investment with so much young talent flourishing.
It does seem. Does seem to be disposal.
Yes.
My whole life I've said disposal.
That's so weird.
Is that weird? You never said that?
No.
What have you said, Maura?
Garbage disposal.
Lyle, do you even know what a garbage disposal is?
Yes, I do.
Right. How have you said it?
Just like you and Maura, garbage disposal.
I'm gonna have to call my dad.
Yes.
I'm gonna guess this is a Salk fit. This is gonna be another one of these moments, like when I found out that it's the Straits of Gibraltar and there's an R in there.
Can we call him on air?
Sure.
Yes. Let's do that at 9,
Yeah.
please.
I think we could do that. That's everything you need to know.
What about those sisters? They're all related
The
to,
Fista
right?
Sisters?
No. What was the other one he pulled on you? That
Oh, Hart? He's trying to tell me that Ann and Nancy Wilson were related to the Wilsons from the Beach Boys? For years, he would pull that. And then finally, like, the internet came around, and we looked it up. I was like, Dad, that's not true at all. He's like, what? I thought it was. Like, okay. It's not disposal? All right, everyone is crushing me on this. All right, I always thought that's how it was pronounced.
okay. No, it kind of makes sense because it's supposed to dispose
Right.
of all. I get it.
Yeah.
But no, just disposal.
All right, I'm going to text my dad during the break here. I'll see what he has to say and how he pronounces it. I got to assume that this is something I got. Like, most of my flaws I got from my dad. So I'm just going to assume that this came from my dad. But I'm feeling pretty embarrassed right now. I'm not going to lie.
It's okay. I love you, man.
I'm feeling pretty embarrassed right now about my pronunciation of the old incinerator. All right, we'll come right back with Daniel Jeremiah. That ought to be fun. Next on Brock and Salk.
4 down territory. Michael Bumpus answers the top 4 football questions of the day.
The Vikings defense, they neutralized JSN. What'd they do?
Nothing. They blitzed. They forced Sam to get the football out of his hands. There were times where I'm looking at their safety, and he's clearly giving JSN the attention that he deserves, which most teams are doing. The safety did give him a bit more attention, but it wasn't like they were doubling JSN.
Catch every 4 down territory on the Seattle Sports app.
Well, we're walking through some stuff in this season with our Macy, our middle daughter, medically redshirting this year after a surgery to remove some bone growth on her heel. But you don't have to play hoops like she does to know about injury nor pain. I know many of you wake up this morning in painful joints from arthritis that affect you. It affects your quality of life. It makes it hard to do pretty much anything. Well, that is where my friend, Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine, that is where he is ready for your call. 425-823-4000. 425-823-4000. Dr. Nelson has seen so many patients through the years suffering from chronic joint pain caused by arthritis. So don't let pain stop you from enjoying your life. Consider Dr. Nelson the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques. I can say that confidently. Many have jumped aboard the regenerative medicine train lately, not Dr. Nelson. This has been his passion for over 3 decades, and he's got a big tool bag: stem cell therapy, platelet-rich plasma, whatever he needs to do to just relieve you of the pain that you're living in. 425-823-4000 or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game. Sunday, December 14th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, December 2nd through December 8th. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
He's Daniel Jeremiah.
I think he's really, really good.
And he's with Brock and Salk.
Bruce, the streaming king.
With quantum fiber internet, he's gonna binge.
He wants more. He's got to have more.
More bedtime true crime.
More podcasts in the shower.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi has the power. More. Fast internet speed.
He's got the gigs to go big. Bring him the game
right now.
And his royal we.
More sports non-stop. His quantum fiber's on top. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service, and speed in select locations only.
Second chance to make a first impression. Since 1926, my family's been helping local businesses make great first, second, and long-term impressions. We know how to make your company look good with quality uniforms, logoed apparel, floor mats, linens, and more. If you're paying for linen service or doing it yourself, let's have the conversation. The information and quote are free, but the savings and service can really add up. Visit suplinen.com. Superior Linen Service. It's what we do.
With football season comes colder weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball. Steve Rabel here with Keith Dashafee from locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. So Keith, what's your next big play?
Well, Steve, right now get 40% off qualifying installs or no payments and no interest for 12 months on approved credit.
Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
2026 Mariners season ticket memberships are on sale now. Catch Cal, Julio, and the crew at T-Mobile Park with year-round savings, no ticket fees, and more. You've got 2 great options. Reserved memberships let you lock in the best locations in the ballpark, whether you want to catch 20 games or the whole season. Or go with a flex membership and choose your seats, games, and number of tickets as you go.
There it goes! Storybook season by Cal Raleigh.
Come on board today at mariners.com/26.
He's Daniel Jeremiah.
I think he's really, really good.
And he's with Brock and Salk every week during the NFL season.
He could win an MVP.
Daniel's really smart. Daniel's probably the best in the business.
It's time for the Daniel Jeremiah Show, presented by Marquee Data.
All right, well, I think I'm off the hook here, Brock.
You think so?
I think I am. So okay. Disposal was the original garbage disposal made by GE. So in 1935. So it's sort of like a Kleenex thing where it's Kleenex instead of tissue and that type of thing. It's like a brand name. And apparently it is, according to Jack anyway in the 425, much more common in Boston to call it a disposal. Says grew up in Boston, the family called it a disposal. It's from the original GE. So maybe I'm not crazy. Maybe it's just a regional thing. That being said, my dad hasn't texted me back, so who knows where he is. He's probably off.
You think y'all had the original Dispose All, the 1934?
Well, probably not later in life, but like maybe when I was growing up, or maybe they just always said it. They just continued. Sure. I don't know. We'll see. All right. DJ, Daniel Jeremiah, good morning. Sorry to bring you into our silly conversation, but I was getting crushed, man, for calling it a garbage disposal.
I don't know any part of this conversation, but I do have a garbage disposal, if that helps at all.
All right. So. Brock was telling me that you would drive from California to Pennsylvania every year for Thanksgiving?
Not for we just did all of our trips. Our family trips were always via the van. So we did vacation to Niagara Falls. We went to Fort Wayne, Indiana several times.
But not for like a weekend there and then you'd head back.
No. It wasn't just for that, but it was that was our summers and
that makes sense.
That.
A big road trip. Yeah. I get that. Brock was trying to make it sound like you drove to Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving.
No, I didn't think we had the funds to pull that off for on a yearly basis for Thanksgiving every year. By the way, can I ask one question before we get going on the Seahawks here? Yeah. It's National Signing Day. I would love to know what it was like for Brock, like back in the day, National Signing Day, how cool that was, because I was not one of those ones who actually got to sign that. At that time, I had to wait till all this stuff kind of filtered through. And then like a month or two later, I think is when I had that epically tough decision between Akron and Northeast Louisiana that I needed to make.
I have said multiple times, I am really glad I grew up in the era I did, DJ, because this would be so out of control. Right. I wouldn't have been ready for it, even though I was held back and I was an older graduate in that time. I still just mentally, emotionally, all of it would not have been up for this madness that these kids are in today with agents and money and hype and recruiting services. We had, oh gosh, what was that guy's name? He's still doing it. Lemming, Tom Lemming.
Oh, Tom Lemming. Yes. Tom Lemming took a picture of me. He came down to my high school and took a picture
of me too. He took a lot of pictures of kids for a lot of years.
We met like at a park.
Sounds
it was
weird.
It was me.
Parents don't let you do that these days.
Mike Van Raphorst, who played quarterback at USC, and I think it was some guy named Ricky Williams. I don't know whatever happened to him.
Oh, you want my kid to come down to the park so you can take a picture of them? No.
Hey, wear your Letterman's jacket. Nope. We'll see you. We'll see you at the park in San Diego. You get there, there'll be like 15 high school football players there in our Letterman's jackets.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Thanks. When did you have to call? Was it Terry Donahoe, bro?
Yeah, Terry Donahue. That was the hardest call.
Excuse me.
Hardest call I had to make right there. I remember these armpit sweat, that little driblet you get down your ribs when you're just like, your body's really, and he couldn't have been classier. Love that man. And then I got to call, Jim Lambright and UW afterwards. And then we got the old fax machine. And for years on this radio show, DJ, we had the fax machine going. So, yep, quite a different era.
That was great, man. And then here's where this is that's the old school. Here's the new school. I've got a family friend. His dad's a good buddy of mine. His son's committed to Oregon. He's a quarterback. And their offensive coordinator gets the Kentucky job yesterday. And then I'm like, this is like 2 or 3 hours after that. And I'm like, you know what? I need to call Ryan and see, like, is there, everything good to go? Like, what's going on? And before I could do that, a tweet popped up, and there was already an article with a full interview with his son about the reaction to the the move, and he was going to stick with Oregon. I'm like, this is a different era, man.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah. You know what that is, Lyle?
That's AOL. That's what that sounds like.
I think it's a fax machine too. I think it made the same kind of sound. Brock, are you allowed to talk about the offer that Titus got?
No,
the one that may or may not still be available for him.
Which offer?
The one where there's a new coach.
Oh, well, that's college football, Mike. I think 25% of the programs have new coaches.
Can we talk about that?
I'm trying to think of which one.
The one in state.
In state. Oh, Jim Mora. Oh, yeah, good question.
Titus got an offer from Colorado State as a freshman or as a sophomore.
Yes.
Excuse me. And now Jim Mora's the coach, and maybe you've heard Jim Mora, and Brock's not a friend of mine. Jim had some very pointed comments to make about Brock, which I'm sure he doesn't remember, but because he didn't remember them like 2 weeks later when he came back on our show. Do you think that offer is still valid, or do you think Jim rescinds the offer for Brock's son?
It's a great question.
I will tell you, there's no way he's going to hold Brock's son responsible for his sins. There's no way. There's no chance. Talent over everything, man.
Because he wouldn't be held responsible for the things his dad said?
Well, yeah, exactly. There we go.
You don't know diddly poo. All right, let's talk about the Seahawks.
By the way, true story. When I started at NFL Network, and I came there, and I had to do it wasn't an audition, but it was coming on air for the first time, and I maybe we had to do 2 shows or something, but I only had 1 suit, and so I needed another suit. And they said, "Oh, you're a perfect Jim Moore is perfect size for you." I'm like, I'm not wearing his suit. I'll just wear the same one twice. Like, that's gross. But yeah, he was going to be my body double, so his wardrobe was up for grabs.
He's quite a character.
If you ever, I can't imagine, DJ, and we will get to the Seahawks and all this amazing stuff. What Salk is referencing is back in 2017, because I played the sound just last week for Lefko. One of the guys never heard it. Jim lost his ever-loving mind on me in a press conference after
really?
Josh Rosen game. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, just no friend of mine, doesn't know anything about ball. I mean, he was really, really pissed at me.
Oh, he's not a friend of mine.
Yes. Oh, it's really good. It goes on from there.
What Brock Ewert says? I would put very little stock in what Brock Ewert has to say.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I've known Brock a long time.
It's really.
Are you doing this
That's
for
some
the
husky on husky crime right there. What the heck, man?
Oh, yeah. Have you ever had anybody just pissed at Daniel Jeremiah? Have you ever taken the brunt of any of that publicly?
I've had it from not that it's gone after me publicly, but I've had who you gets mad at me is agents. Agents get mad at me because you don't have their guy as highly rated as they think you should.
I've known Brock a long time.
Do you have any reaction to that?
To what Brock Hewitt says?
Yeah.
No. I would put very little stock in what Brock Hewitt has to say about anything that has to do with football. Wow. That'll be controversial. But it's the truth.
But it's the truth.
Long. I've known that kid since he was in college.
Oh.
So I know who he is. No, he's not a friend of mine. No.
I would have a list. Yeah, Mike, I would have a list of like the nicest people I know. Like if Brock's in the top 3.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's pretty much Jim Mora and
That's the
Kyle
first
Seeger.
person I
Like
know
the
that
only
doesn't.
2 people in the history of this show who've had a problem with Brock are Jim Mora and Kyle Seeger. That's kind of the list.
No, there'd be one other one that cussed at me.
That's true. And Cam Chancellor who blocked you.
Yeah, so we got 4.
That would kind of that would.
Can we
kind
get
of
to
be
the
it.
Seahawks?
Yeah, DJ, it's not every day you get a shutout. How rare and how impressive is it to shut a team out without inclement weather in the NFL?
Yeah, it's hard to do, man. And it wasn't like there was a lot of close opportunities and like, a ton of stops at the 1 yard line. I mean, you had the interception, the pick 6 down there, but there was not a lot of plays called on the other side of the field in this game. It was completely dominant. It was fun to watch. You had a collection of quick wins where the defensive line just won so fast, whether it was, Leonard or whether it was Murphy late, all the way across the board. So plays didn't even develop. Plays didn't even get started in this game. And then when the ball popped up in the air, it was up for grabs, and you're seeing playmakers at all 3 levels. And, it was an Ernest Jones game, not just the interceptions, but he was smacking people. He was, playing downhill. It was, going back through my notes on here, there was a lot of numbers: 0, 7, 99, 91, 42, 8, 27. I mean, obviously 13, 21. I've always had an affinity for him. I love watching him play football. I love watching him blitz. I love how aggressive he tackles. Like that was a complete dominant performance from all 3 levels of the defense.
You know what's interesting about Spoon? He didn't put up numbers. No. So I think there's a lot of it. It's a little bit like right now Byron Murphy is leading the Pro Bowl voting over Leonard Williams. I think he's leading the NFC. Murphy is over Leonard. It's like, I think people that watch the tape see 99, and people like you, DJ, that watch the tape don't have to see tackles or interceptions or whatever with Spoon. What is it? What is it that just jumps off the page to you?
He plays so fast, and there's no, a lot of times, and a lot of people teach it, and I think it's a safe way to tackle, right? You talk about in scouting, like guys that come to balance. So you're going to close the distance as fast as you can, then you're going to come to balance. Think of like a closeout in basketball. Guys at the 3-point line, you want to sprint out there, but then you got to come to balance and get set, settled so that you can be able to adjust to any movement. He just runs right through you. He does not. He trusts his angles, and he plays so fast. And there's just no. I just love watching guys who have such confidence in what they see and in their ability that they never tap the brake. It's always going. It's fun to watch.
Is that why you enjoyed Max Brosmer so much?
Yeah, my undrafted free agent grade held true for that one.
DJ,
that was a tough watch.
That might be, and we've seen some bad quarterback play over the years. Max Hall will forever be one of the worst I've ever seen. Poor guy had to take a crow hop to throw an out route. Brooks Bollinger back in the day skipping passes at people. I mean, there have been some rough quarterbacks in the NFL. I think what I saw on Sunday might have been the worst I've ever seen.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair. Well, I said I would go on TV on game day morning, and they asked for my scouting report, and I said he's not a traitsy guy. And they were like, well, what does that mean? I'm like, well, he's not super big, he's not super strong, he's not super athletic. But I said he did in college. He made, he saw the field and made good decisions, just real kind of efficient. And then you get in this situation and the lack of tools and traits, and yikes.
processing or decision making or
Well, and then you have
accuracy.
He didn't have much time. He didn't have a whole lot of time to
You
do
have
any
no
of that
run
stuff
game.
either.
You have no pocket. You have the air sucked out of you. You can't think. I can't even imagine. I had a game like that at Nebraska, my last year of school, DJ, where I could just I kept telling myself, just slow down. Like, just slow down. Like, the game could not slow down. It was like they were all in fast forward, and it was a blur. I can't imagine what his eyes felt and saw Sunday. Because this defense, let's just go there. I mean, this defense right now, which defensive personnel of all the tape that you watch, all these games that you see, is there a defensive personnel, like, grouping that you would trade the Seahawks for as a roster?
No, I'll tell you what. There's some really good ones, and I will just give you a few just off the top of my head. I've seen Denver, and they are very, very fast at all levels. And I would give them, there's Surtain is kind of a one of one, so that's kind of a chess piece that Seattle doesn't have. But as a collective whole, I would probably still lean Seattle. You've got the Rams, you've seen them, physical they are. But I would still take Seattle. I said that after that game.
They're back in
no,
that
that's what I'm saying.
secondary.
No, but their front is real. So then you get to me, Green Bay with their front seven and the athleticism and the speed, and then having Micah Parsons thrown in there in the mix, and their safeties are good. That would be another one that would be in the conversation. But would I take any of those teams over Seattle? I would say no.
I can't get over DeMarcus Lawrence. We've talked about him a couple of times, and my season started talking a lot about Leonard Williams, and I'm not trying to ignore him. He's obviously been great. There's something about DeMarcus Lawrence that maybe it's that it was unexpected, right? You sign a veteran free agent like that, and I don't know, my expectation was low. Like, yeah, all right, we'll see if he has anything left, and maybe he's here to kind of stop the run and get to the passer occasionally, but he seems to be a complete difference maker in every single phase of the game. And then you listen to the coach and his teammates talk about him, and he sounds like an otherworldly leader and practice player and everything else. Should I have realized that he still had this much left? Did you?
I mean, he's been a good player for a long time, and he's one of those guys where he's always been more rugged than flash. He's a physical player. He's a power rusher. But I mean, yeah, he's just fit in so well into this group. He's never played bad football, but I never thought that he never really got the mention in with those top tier guys. And I think he's just one of these guys who he might be a B+, A- player, but he is his worst play is a B+ play. Like he has no ever any drop off in effort. He's always pushing the pocket. He's always setting the edge. And in that game, I mean, he has the pressure that leads to the pick. He has a sack. Like he's just making impactful plays. And I've always heard that, even coming out, that this guy was an incredible worker, an incredible leader. And that can be, something that's infectious when you've got a guy who's been around as long as he has and is still going that hard. I saw that during my time with the Ravens when we had our old veteran guys. There weren't days where those guys took off. It was always 100 miles an hour.
That probably speaks to this next question I have for you. And we chatted with Coach Macdonald about culture. We started our show about brotherhood and love and togetherness and all the tidbits and all the words you use for culture. Aside from your bigs running and littles tackling, which you dropped on us earlier this year and has never left the conversation, is there something else that you look at on tape where you just are like, oof, that's culture. Oof, that's culture. Oof, that's culture. Anything else that just jumps off videotape in that regard?
Well, two things I would say, when you're watching the tape, I like to see, and this is just standard stuff, but just like how many hats are you getting to the ball? So that's everybody. That's just not the bigs, the littles. That's just everybody efforting to get to the ball. And, I'll give you like a Chargers example from that in the last game that they just played against a bad Raiders team. There's a ball thrown to the sideline, which is going to be caught. It's going to be, it's either caught or dropped. He's going to be on the line. He's out of bounds. Tony Jefferson's in the middle of the field safety, and he just sprints over there. The ball gets popped up in the air, tipped up in the air twice. He picks it off right on the sideline. And that's like an example of guys that are always – nothing bad happens when you sprint to the football. And when you watch Seattle's defense play, at the end of every play, you see a whole lot of their jerseys in the frame. There's a lot of guys getting to the ball. So that would be number one. And the number two thing, this might sound kind of hokey, but I like seeing the butt slaps and the back slaps and the encouragement going from teammate to teammate after plays. Like they get more excited when a teammate makes a play maybe even than when they make a play themselves. I've always thought that says a lot about the buy-in and the collective we over me.
Yeah. I did that the other day at practice a couple weeks ago to the D-line
Did
coach.
you?
He's built like a human bulldog. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
T's probably 5'6", 300 and something pounds. Like he's a bulldog. And yeah, I just kind of practice getting going. I butt slapped him and he fell to his knees and went to the training room the rest of practice. He had an abscess. He fell. He fell like playing dunk hoop like 2 months ago. I had no idea about that. I had no idea that he had some abscess. Right. Yeah, so I'm real guarded about the butt slaps these days.
Back slaps. You're more of a back slap guy now. Pads. The whole
you could injure somebody doing that too. Daniel Jeremiah with us as he is every.
No wonder
week
Mora hates your guts.
I know. Yeah.
What a jerk.
Yeah. Moore's busy like climbing Mount Rainier or whatever he did while he was here. Hey, so another week with Sam. He's good. Like, he's really good. And I hate having to ask these questions because it makes it sound like I don't like him or I want him out of here or anything like that. None of that is true. I said it earlier. The accuracy, the mechanics of running the offense and all that stuff, his play action game, his fit with what they're trying. There's so many really great things that he's done. And God, I just love him so much more than Geno last year. The leadership, it's just better. But I'm still not like convinced, and maybe these they got 4 games down the stretch against Indy, LA, Carolina, San Francisco, and then probably playoffs after that. What can he do over those 4 games plus that make him a legitimate playoff winning quarterback, other than the obvious win games?
Yeah, I would say the 2 things that were in this game that I think you can clean up a little bit. Number one is just way too many tip balls where, he's got to figure out a way to get around that. Some of that's on the back. Like there's times where the back's just got to, you can't really, maybe you can't cut quite like you used to be able to, but you got to get into their chest, at least try and get the hands down. But Sam's got to do a little bit better job of finding lanes and not getting so many balls tipped. And then there's also, especially in the red zone, it's happened a couple times this year where he's just got to have his clock, just to have a little bit better clock and a little bit better feel. You get to 2 hitches, man. Like it's time. You gotta go. You gotta take off and run, or you gotta throw the ball away. And he's getting hit from behind. Taking a sack is one thing, but then you got to worry about protecting the football at that point in time. So just a little bit more awareness in terms of that internal clock in some of these areas of the field, or certain down and distances, or certain looks that you get. And then to me, it's just way too many tip balls. There were a couple drops in this game too, which would have helped this line. And then really the score got to where it was. I mean, then they just played safe. They just pushing the ball out to the perimeter and didn't really even have to throw it all that much.
Yeah, but I worry those fumbles. Is there anything you can do to teach not fumble? Because that's been a problem for him since college.
Yeah, I mean, there's always keeping 2 hands on the ball, which I think he's done a pretty good job of. To me, it's more just the clock. It's more knowing, okay, I'm not going to be able to see this backside pressure, but can I feel it? One, if I can't feel it, I just have to know. And Brock, it's hard. Brock maybe can explain it better than I can, but just where we are in the field, everything's going to happen faster when you're in the red zone. Everything's condensed. You have to, you don't want to be sped up as a quarterback, but in these situations, you have to know, okay, I'm at the top of my drop, hitch, it's got to go. Like I can't assume that I'm going to be able to sit back in here in a cocoon. Like it's not going to happen. You've got to have a little bit better feel and timing there.
What do we see from the right guard? What do we see from Mr.
Man, I'll tell you what, like I was shocked because we talked about that over a month ago. And
you have your big binder of truth. You have your big binder of draft.
Yeah.
Can you go back? I think that was 3 years ago. I said last hour as we chatted through this a little bit, we asked Mike, and it's going to be a competition. You read between the lines, and when Sundell comes back, and maybe he plays a little more Haynes this game with an elbow to Bradford. But clearly, that door's open. And I said to Mike, the challenge is, I bet you in DJ's binder, when it comes up with Anthony Bradford, the word inconsistency is going to, or just a good play here. You were talking about there's no F plays with DeMarcus Lawrence or all B+ plays. It's just been inconsistent with AB.
Yeah. So here we go. 6.040. So 6.4 332. He ran 5.08, which is a good time. So I said right guard will test well, played heavy. He can anchor. He can position a wall off. He is not good in space. He's played some left tackle. He will struggle versus speed. And when you watch them, it is like the worst thing you can do as an interior offensive lineman is lose fast. Like you can lose slow. You cannot lose right off the jump. And when you look at it, there's backside, whiffing backside tackle for loss as a puller in space, whiff tackle for loss. When guys are lined up on him, like when he can get guys in his path, like we talk about a one-track player as an offensive lineman, like if you can keep that train on the same tracks, you don't want to be in his way because he's a big, strong guy. He can knock you down. But anytime he has to deviate off that initial track, he's in trouble. And there's just too many quick losses, and the quick losses are just a killer inside, man.
So what do you do? I mean, the other options.
I mean, watching the tape, I'm assuming he wasn't hurt. I didn't.
He did get hurt at the end. He hurt.
Did he get hurt?
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw.
But we all assumed he had been benched also.
Based. Yeah.
Christian Haynes is the other possibility who's been unable to beat him out. Yeah. And then at some point, Jalen Sundell, who's been playing center, will come back, and you could leave Oluwatimi at center and put Sundell at right guard. Is it time to do one of those things?
I mean, I think it's something I would want to experiment with when Sundell comes back, because he's in the lineup and he's played really, really well. It's just, man, do you want to keep him at center? Then it's just trying to find the best combination. Maybe that's something they can, work through. Maybe you take a game and experiment with something, but I would like to see it, coming down the stretch, at least for a look to see what it looks like with a different combination in there. And again, I don't ever want to have somebody talk about me like Jim Moore talks about Brock. No, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm trying to be mean. I'm trying to be mean. Yeah, exactly. I don't need that smoke.
Yeah, a lot of people.
But I'm just saying, this team, we said it at the trade deadline. Like, what could they do? And I'm like, okay, well, that's the one spot that would make some sense, just off of the performance there.
A lot of texters. Matt in Oregon wondering, please ask DJ where Salk falls on his list of nicest people. See, that's unnecessary. You don't need to ask that. We're not going to ask that question. That's not right.
How in baseball you have to have enough at-bats to qualify? You have to show up for enough shows to qualify for the nicest guy.
That's unnecessary. Speaking of baseball, at some point, we don't have time now. Next week, I got to ask you about my theory on offensive line. I don't think I've ever asked you about this before, because I really believe they should start doing platoons on the offensive line. I don't understand why we have to play the same 5 offensive linemen every play of every game. Why not get the best players into the best position to have them succeed? So we don't have time today.
I know, but I talked to a GM about that 2 days ago.
Are you serious?
I swear.
Hang on to that. I want to talk to you about it next week. It is my thing.
No way Salk will remember to ask you, but yes.
No. Please remind me to ask DJ about platoons.
Brock, remind whoever's filling in for Salk to mention that.
I'll be here next week. The week after that, not so much. But next week, I will be here. DJ, thank you as always. We'll talk to you then.
See you guys.
All right, there you go. Daniel Jeremiah will be right back. Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710.
The Mike Macdonald Show, the morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
What did your defense do best yesterday?
We played together. The turning point in the game is the fumble that our offense had in plus territory there. Defense goes out on the field. You're looking at, 13-point swing, something along those lines. I mean, it's that was a big-time series of events, and just their attitude when we took the field, it was just like, all right, let's go to work.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app.
As a quarterback, you cannot run a winning play with a messy playbook. And most companies' data, well, it's a mess. AI is changing the game, but if your data is scattered, you're stuck on the sidelines. Brock Heward here, and this is where my friends at Marquee Data come in. They get your data in shape, clean, connected, ready to perform, so you can finally put AI to work for your business. Whether sales, finance, or operations, every smart move starts with the right data. So head to mydataqb.com to draw up your game-winning data play today. That's Marquee Data or mydataqb.com.
What does VA mean to me?
A place for my daughter to call home. Thanks to the VA Home Loan.
A new lease on life. The best healthcare team I've ever had is here at VA.
And education, and the opportunity to open doors I never thought possible with my GI Bill.
The financial support I need to manage the disabilities I developed because of my service.
Get what you earn. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
The holidays are here and we all want to celebrate in style, but sometimes stubborn fat and loose skin keeps us from looking and feeling our best. Stacey Ross here. Imagine a simple one-day solution. Introducing ProSculpt, the treatment everyone is talking about. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe, gentle, yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while you're fully awake. ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target problem areas, your waistline, face, neck, arms, and thighs. Avoid wasting time and money on gimmicky lasers or fat-freezing methods. ProSculpt is one and done. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat, tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. Celebrate the holidays and get yourself a gift with a free consultation and get $250 off. Schedule at ProSculpt.com for powerful, permanent fat removal and skin tightening. It's ProSculpt.com.
Good Dog Auto Glass. When the stakes are high, you want the best on your team. When your windshield breaks, don't settle for your insurance company's fix that's just safe enough. Trust Good Dog Auto Glass, where the quality isn't light. We do all the things the little guys don't, and we do all the things the big guy does.
We answer the phone when you call, we work for you, and we will walk you through the insurance process. Visit GoodDogAutoGlass.com, Puget Sound's most trusted auto glass company, and get more bang for your buck.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Google and Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
On the job, every minute counts. That's why Lowe's now has ProBlock Quick Dry Primer, expertly manufactured by Sherwin-Williams. Engineered for pros to dry fast and go on smooth for virtually flawless results that keep your job moving. It's available in oil and water-based, and getting it is easy. Order online by 2 p.m. and get free same-day delivery right to your job site. Lowe's, we help, you save. Orders placed after 2 p.m. will be delivered next day. Valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. More terms apply.
This college football moment is brought to you by Serve Pro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
I don't read the internet, guys.
Take the bull by the hands.
And Brooke, you are. And Brooke Heward.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
All right, I have some more information for you.
Yes.
Well, I texted a couple of people on this whole disposal versus disposal thing because I really am feeling bad about this. I don't, you know how embarrassed I can get, Brock. And
You're very sensitive.
I'm very sensitive about things like this, pronunciation and language and that stuff.
It's about correctness.
Yeah. Anyway, so I've always said a garbage disposal, and you three were appropriately shocked when you heard me say that because you say disposal.
So what?
And it didn't even dawn on me. So anyway, GE does make the garbage disposal. It was the first garbage disposal. Right. And it started in 1935.
In the 30s.
And apparently they still make it, though. So it's like still the GE line is called the garbage disposal, even though everyone now has an incinerator or whatever. So that is maybe where it comes from. So I did a little digging. I thought maybe it was a Boston thing. I texted my best friend, Jessie, and she thought I was a sociopath for saying disposal and had never heard of that. So does not appear to be just a Boston thing. Apparently it's deeper than that. And her family has they're Cambridge, so maybe that's different. So I texted my parents, and they eventually got back to me.
Okay.
And my mom says, Dad and I just discussed it, written as disposal, but spoken as disposal.
What?
So my parents do say garbage disposal. So that's where I got it from. So I'm sorry. It was passed down from generation to generation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But it stops with you.
No, I'm going to keep saying it.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I don't think I'm going to change now.
Avery and Cecily, though, does it stop with you? Or are you going to encourage them to?
I'm not going to encourage them
on
one way
the
or
garbage
another.
disposal.
Yeah. Whoever built our kitchen put the switch for the disposal under the sink. So you always have to like reach under and open the cabinet and do. It's very strange. So anyway, that's what I got for you. Garbage disposal. 253 says, "Oh God, Salk talks so weird. Like I don't know what to tell you. I was born in another region, and we say some things differently there, I guess. My
I've
parents.
always noticed when you say "so be it" that you emphasize that.
Yeah, I've heard that one. People get upset about that too. I don't know.
So be it.
So be it. What can I tell you?
Yes.
So be it.
Anything you learn from DJ each and every week? Yeah, I got a couple things actually for Blue 88 tomorrow. But anything jump off the page?
Yeah, I'm done. I can't watch Anthony Bradford again next week. Like, what are we doing? There's no need to keep watching this, right? You got this game against Atlanta to get it figured out, as far as I'm concerned, before you end up with this gauntlet in the last 4 games against 4 pretty good teams.
I don't think Sundell, unfortunately,
I get that.
off IR,
but then you got to find out whether or not Christian Haynes can do this.
No.
Like he was your 3rd-round pick 2 years ago. Get him out there and find out whether or not this guy can play, because Bradford, I know what Bradford is at this point, and that doesn't mean there aren't opportunities to use him again. But come on, like let's make that change this week and see what happens against Atlanta, because I don't want to be messing around any more than I have to against Indy, LA, Carolina, San Francisco.
So your true 3-outcome baseball, no problem with quick losses and strikeouts. It doesn't
translate.
Go into football.
No, it doesn't translate. You guys are absolutely right. You can lose slow, but you can't lose fast. And I don't think it's an accident that that's exactly where Mike Macdonald went when we asked him about Bradford yesterday.
I think we just got to keep doubling down on our fundamentals and the things that AB's doing some good things. He really is. I mean, there's some really good plays on there, and there's some not so good plays. And I think some of those plays that show up are kind of like quick losses, maybe, and we can finish those plays better.
He goes on from there, but I don't think it's an accident that he mentioned the same thing as DJ. You can't have quick losses. You can't have that on the offensive line.
Yeah, and you see this, Salk. It's interesting. Again, coaching, I've watched a lot of tape for a lot of years, evaluating guys, getting ready for my games on Saturdays and on Sundays and such. And then when you live it and experience it, what you realize coaching is it's not just quarterbacks that have to process. We spend so much time talking about the processing trait of a quarterback. We do. Infinite amount of time, infinite amount of hours. It's one of the keys you need to unlock to try to project guys to the next level. Does he see the game? Can he process the game? Sam Darnold, to DJ's point, hey, man, when you double hitch, ball's out. You got to go. That processing, and it's so hard. It's like hitting a curveball and a fastball that's coming down the same lane at you. I don't know. But some guys can just process it in those moments and not guess or, are better at it. It's the same thing, man, across all positions. It really is. Watching offensive linemen and whether it was some former teammates or watching guys, even defensive linemen this year. We had a kid that's a pretty good physical player. And I was like, why doesn't he? And it's like, he can't process. Like, if it's a straight line or he has one gap, he's great. But the minute he's got to take on a double team or he's got to do this in the moment of truth to, like, process, can't do it. And Bradford, I think, has a really hard time.
Okay, so I mean, look, I have advocated for years that teams should be willing to sub in and out along the offensive line. They do it at every other position on the field. If there are some offensive linemen that are better at one thing or another, I don't know why you wouldn't allow them to play to their strengths.
Well,
but
then you have big tendencies. Every time that big unit, remember when Red Bryant and that big group came on the field to stop the run?
I don't buy it.
Okay.
Because you're not saying that you can't do other things. You're just giving yourself a better opportunity.
Yeah,
I mean, Brock, when you bring in all of your big people, then you're showing run, aren't you?
I don't know if I buy that, like, play by play, series by series. But to your point of, could there be game matchups where you're going to run and you like this scheme and you like him versus that other guy, or the limitations of somebody else is going to get exposed? I get that, actually. I think that could make some more kind of platoony sense, game to game or plan to plan. But down to down, series to series.
You and I will disagree on that one. We can discuss it another day. But regardless, big takeaway, now's the time. If you're going to try to experiment here, you do it now before this gauntlet starts next week after the Atlanta game. So I would love to see them do that. And then other than that, I think that everyone's kind of on the same page here on the Sam Darnold thing. Like, it's great, but take away those little butts. And if you can take away the butts, then this team could win a Super Bowl. Like, they can win a Super Bowl.
I mean, Sir Mix-a-Lot wrote a pretty good song about that.
All right.
It's a couple decades ago. Hey, Lyle, you familiar with Sir Mix-a-Lot, right?
Enough.
Okay.
What does that mean, enough?
I mean, like, I know the name. I don't know if I listen to a bunch of his music.
What's his biggest hit? Biggest hit ever. Transcendent hit.
Oh, that I don't know.
Well, then you're not familiar enough.
Is it?
Yeah.
What are they?
It pertains to this conversation. I mean, it is right in line with this conversation we're having.
I mean, is it Baby Got? Do I have that right? Is that by him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
You got that one right. Nice.
Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake that healthy butt. Baby Got.
You know the song, right?
Yeah, that one I know.
Not this one.
People know this one. There's a whole new commercial with him in it, right? Where he's singing about his hoopty. So, yeah. All right. Maybe you've seen that one, Lyle. It's on constantly during Kraken games if you're watching those. All right. We'll come right back here, Brock. I got some sound I want to play in 20 minutes. And then I think we're going to do Answer the Question Jerk today.
Yeah,
it seems appropriate. We didn't, especially after the garbage disposal mix-up, it seems only necessary to do some Answer the Question Jerk. We'll throw that out there in about 20 minutes as well. It's Brock and Salk, Sales Sports on 710.
The Hawks get it done at home.
They do it in style with a 26-0 shellacking.
Improving to 9-3, staying with the small pack of teams atop the NFC.
And this one goes to the house. Jones with a pick six.
Complete coverage at seattlesports.com and the Seattle Sports YouTube page.
That was big for our defense. I feel like it's another level that we can reach.
And the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Well, the holidays are here. Christmas just a few weeks away now. Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror, and now is a great time for fitness gifts to your friends, your family, who knows, maybe even yourself. Hey, Brock Heward here, and from weight sets and accessories to the complete home gym, my friends at Top Fitness is the place to shop right now. They got certified pre-owned, pre-core commercial treadmills that are the same models used in hotels and clubs that typically sell for over $13,000, and they're available right now for $3,300. They look like new. They come with a full warranty. So don't settle for some lightweight, cheap treadmill when you can get a great deal this good. And as always, you'll get free delivery and assembly on Pre-Core treadmills, ellipticals, and exercise bikes. No secret why everyone, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love Top Fitness. You can go see them in person right up there in Tukwila, Linwood, or Bellevue, or go to topfitness.com for all the fitness enthusiasts on your holiday list. It's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
College basketball takes center stage in Seattle. The Gonzaga Bulldogs are back, and the rivalry is renewed when the Zags battle UCLA at Climate Pledge Arena on December 13th. Tickets are available now and selling fast. Get yours at climatepledgearena.com. See you on December 13th for Gonzaga Hoops in Seattle.
Get your tickets now for December 13th at climatepledgearena.com. That's climatepledgearena.com.
Mike's Western Suppliers and CL Western Apparel remind listeners many uniformed personnel and healthcare providers will spend this holiday season working hard to keep us safe. These heroic men and women spend long hours away from home, protecting our freedom and providing critical medical care. Please thank them for their many sacrifices and putting their lives on the line for us every day. Happy holidays to you and yours from the entire team at Mike's Western Suppliers and CL Western Apparel. Family owned and proudly serving our community for over 30 years.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports. Touchdown, Seahawks! Ken Walker III. Get everything Seahawks at seattlesports.com.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
You've heard the saying, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Since 1926, my family's been helping local businesses make great first, second, and long-term impressions. We know how to make your company look good with quality uniforms, logoed apparel, floor mats, linens, and more. If you're paying for linen service or doing it yourself, let's have the conversation. The information and quote are free, but the savings and service can really add up. Visit suplinen.com. Superior Linen Service. It's what we do.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. This dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Bucky's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history, all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Bucky's makes auto care simple. Visit Bucky's.com today and drive with confidence. Bucky's.com.
The best time of the year is here, Toyotathon. Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton are providing you with the largest savings and the widest selection of inventory on Toyota favorites like Tacomas and Tundras, the Gas RAV4, the Hybrid RAV4, and the Hybrid Camry. It's Toyotathon at TOK and TOR. That's ToyotaofKirkland.com and ToyotaofRenton.com. Whether you're in the north or the south, they got you covered. Get a test drive, meet the wonderful staff, get a new car. It's Toyotathon, people. Come on.
O'Brien.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
I've really enjoyed talking about this Seahawks defense all week, Brock, and I don't think it's going to stop. Just look, shutouts are rare. When you get them, you should be praised over and over again. And yeah, the big play in that game was probably the interception return for the touchdown, and Mike Macdonald certainly talked about how important that was. But his favorite play, that was DeMarcus Lawrence coming out of nowhere off the ground 8 yards behind the ball to knock the ball away from the running back. Just incredible.
I'm not really sure what he was doing at the beginning of the play, like at the back. Sometimes he might see something that is there or might not be there. But talk about the determination and like the violence at the end of the play. Really just, that's a hammer that he laid to get the ball out right there. That was pretty awesome.
Yep, and that's a hammer throughout. A hammer early, that's a hammer in the run game. That's knocking, once again, guys out of the game. Just go look at that. Was it Detroit a couple years ago? I think it was Detroit, right? Every time a team played Detroit the following week, they were still just battered and hammered. And I'll go back and look at some of the records of these teams. But, man, you play the Seahawks, you come out of that thing bruised. You come out of it with guys going on IR and guys getting beat up and injured because so often that word hammer is exactly what this defense has been.
We talked about Anthony Bradford, some of the challenges at right guard. Jalen Sundell could be a possibility there. Remember, he was the starting center, got hurt. Oluwatimi has been at least okay since taking over in that role. Macdonald was asked yesterday afternoon about the future for Sundell.
He's doing well, to my knowledge, yeah. He's doing good. Yeah, I think we have to work through what the lineup will look like when he comes back.
All right. And then we also asked about a couple other guys, including Josh Jobe.
I haven't got anything, but coming out of the game, I feel like, Jobe cleared the protocol. I haven't heard anything this morning. Ernest, I think, is good. He's probably just a little sore. Sam had a little bit of an ankle. He should be good to go.
So no major concerns there.
With the average human being in our building. The average human being in our building. Maybe Chris Sullivan could have taken the brunt force of that hit that Jobe did to his face.
Man.
Like in the face.
I think, you know what I think? Forgetting about the concussions, because that is what it is. I would imagine the average human would have such a sore neck and throat.
Oh, yes.
For like a week. Yes. I mean, that's if you survived that moment.
Yeah.
Did you see, by the way, is it Quinn Bohanno came after that dude right afterwards? Have you seen the rest of that video?
Oh, yeah, I saw that floating around yesterday.
Was it Peely?
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was Peely or Bohanno.
Yes.
Dude, he got after him right afterwards,
he jacked him up. Oh, yeah.
Sure did.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
Guy.
Yeah, there's another little piece of that love and brotherhood that we've been talking about.
Yep.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
All right, Pro Bowl voting, Brock. JSN is the #1 Pro Bowl vote getter right now in the entire NFC. That's incredible. Maybe not surprising, but incredible. He's #2 in the whole league behind only Drake May. I'm pretty impressed with Byron Murphy being the leading vote getter in the NFC for defensive
These are fans,
linemen.
right? This is just all the
This
fans.
is fan voting, yes. And Murphy was actually talking just the other day about DeMarcus Lawrence, because we've spent a lot of time on what kind of a leader and the impact he's had.
He just taught me how to be relentless, man, and just always keep going. Another thing too, just football in general, like learning how to study O-linemen, just the whole nine.
You never struck me as a guy who was not relentless before. What does that mean, to be more relentless?
Just to be more, for example, like say if you're not making no plays or anything, like you ain't had no action all game, just keep going. Don't worry about none of that. Just keep going, and everything else is gonna take care of itself.
When was the last time you were part of a shutout?
No answer. No answer from him there. Couldn't remember.
It means when you're 9 yards behind the play, you get knocked down, you get up again, and then you go deliver a blow. That's relentless.
Yeah, sure is. All right, well, Gray Zabel, #2 in terms of guards, and the aforementioned DeMarcus Lawrence, #6 at D end.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
I mentioned this earlier, and I think it's a good conversation. Felix Hernandez, whether or not he is a Hall of Famer. I think he eventually is. Obviously, he was not a first ballot guy. Got 20.6% last year. You got to get to 75% to be named a Hall of Famer. He had enough, though, to, I think, start to build some momentum. If he can gain on that this year, if he can get to 25-30% this year, I think Felix is eventually going to get in.
Lyle's going to know these names and numbers better than I do off the top of my head, but I've heard one of the challenges, and we talked about this last week with the NFL Hall of Fame and like how hard it's going to be for Marshawn and some of these guys. It's not just going to be an instantaneous, because there's a lot of really talented players and names and safeties. It's hard to come by, and corners, yada, yada, yada. There are a lot of good pitchers in Felix's era, too.
There are.
The Verlanders,
but he's one of them.
Scherzers. Yeah, but they did it a lot longer.
And Verlander's going to be a first ballot guy, and Scherzer's probably going to be a first ballot guy. I mean, no one's saying that those guys aren't. I don't think Felix is a first ballot guy, but at some point in the next 9 years, do I think he gathers enough attention? Are there enough people that start to look at it and say, hey, if the voters were looking at the analytical data more than they should have been or more than they were at that time, maybe there's a second or third Cy Young thrown in. He was one of the best dominant pitchers of his era. For me, that makes him a Hall of Famer. So I think Felix eventually gets in, but obviously we'll wait and see. That's everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour. I had this list, Brock. I went through this with Lyle earlier. These were the top 10 potential trades for the winter meetings next week.
Oh,
you want the quick rundown of the 10?
I think by the way, I just want to remind people, too, answer the question, Jerk, 866-979-3776. We're going to do that in
we'll get there. I'm going to get there in a moment. Here, let me. I got 2 minutes to run through this. Tarek Skubal, we've talked about quite a bit. Freddie Peralta, pitcher from the Brewers, seems unlikely. Doesn't seem like the direction they would go. I had forgotten that he was a Mariner, by the way. They traded him
so
for
you're doing
Adam
this
Lind.
like with a Mariner
Yeah, this is the top 10 according to Bob Knight.
Is there a fit for Seattle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 3, Ketel Marte. I think we should be talking more about him, and we will later this week. Now, again, former Mariner. Stephen Kwan, interesting name from the Guardians. I don't know whether they go down that road or not, but he's a leadoff hitter, right?
Yes,
I mean, that would be a very, very intriguing piece here. Joe Ryan, pitcher from the Twins. I don't see that being a fit. Mackenzie Gore, Washington Nationals. I don't see that being a fit. Brandon Lau, Tampa Bay Rays. Definitely a fit at second base, as is Brendan Donovan. So they're sort of in the same bucket as, upgrade
Donovan much
veterans.
younger, Lau a little bit older, but yep.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, again, that to me is only if it doesn't work out with Polanco. And then the Luis Severino, probably not an intriguing name, but the last one is, and that's Jarren Duran from the Red Sox, who we talked a little bit about last year. I think he's more intriguing this year. Again, could be that leadoff hitter potentially, has that speed and power combo, but especially the speed. Be a very interesting person to fit into this outfield with Julio and Randy, or however you want to build it.
Yep.
So next week, winter meetings.
That's next week, the winter meeting?
Yeah, next week, winter meetings.
So Lyle going to be out. He's going to leave us.
Lyle's leaving. Yeah, he's going to Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Him and TJ are driving, I understand.
Driving to Orlando. Is that true, Lyle?
Yeah, right.
Could you and TJ spend that much time in a car together?
Yeah, we drove cross country. From Seattle to Cape Cod when we were both interning out there after our junior year of college. We've done it.
Did you listen to any music along the way?
Yeah, but not stuff you guys will listen to.
Any books on tape?
No.
Any traditions that you developed or anything funny that happened along the way?
I mean, one of the things we planned to do was go see the Field of Dreams before the whole new site was built for these games there. Yeah. Only to learn about an hour before we get to Dyersville, Iowa, that TJ never saw the movie and to this day has not seen the movie. I'm like, we planned this a month ago. Even before, in the month's time that we'd planned this, you've never seen Field of Dreams. And in the month's time before we went into do this, you never bothered to sit down and watch it? No, you didn't watch it.
Yeah. That seems like something you would do. I'm surprised that bothered you. That seems like it would be right up your alley.
I've seen
I assumed you would have been like, much respect, man. Much respect.
I mean, I've seen just about every sports movie. It's other movies where you start to run into problems.
All right, Brock, you said it. Answer the question, Jerk. We'll do it in 20 minutes, so we do need questions. I'll solicit them now. 866-979-3776. Any question on any subject, whatever it is you'd like to ask us. The four of us, we will have answers for you. Nothing is out of bounds except, the things that are. So 866-979-3776. We'll do that coming up on Brock and Salk.
4 down territory. Michael Bumpus answers the top 4 football questions of the day.
The Vikings defense, they neutralized JSN. What'd they do?
Nothing. They blitzed. They forced Sam to get the football out of his hands. There were times where I'm looking at their safety, and he's clearly given JSN the attention that he deserves, which most teams are doing. The safety did give him a bit more attention, but it wasn't like they were doubling JSN.
Catch every 4 down territory on the Seattle Sports app.
All right, if you've been waiting for the new year to make big changes in your life, don't put it off. There's no reason. Start right now. Get a month's head start on it and save $300 in the process when you sign up for Eastside Weight Loss Clinic's weight loss plan. It really does work. Worked for me. Lost 35 pounds in just 8 weeks. And yeah, over the holidays, Thanksgiving, was I eating too much? Yes, I absolutely did. I admit it. But you get right back on the program. Did it yesterday, right back on it again today, and already feeling like I am much closer to how I want to look and feel. It's a great plan, and some of it is that opportunity for the long-term sustainability. It's one of the many reasons it works. No injections, no pills, nothing scary like that. Just healthy, fresh food that you buy at the grocery store with a proven plan. It starts with just a 15-minute phone call, and again, $300 off until the end of the year. Schedule yours right now at EastsideWeightLossClinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Dave Chappelle, live at Climate Pledge Arena December 9th, one night only. The comedy legend returns to Seattle. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't wait. Dave Chappelle, Climate Pledge Arena December 9th. Get your seats today.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where a small box with a burgundy bow will help you win the holidays. As an in-house designer, I love creating meaningful, fine jewelry gifts. Choose a necklace with a gorgeous infinity charm to symbolize your everlasting love. Or go for a personalized piece with an engraving, their zodiac sign, favorite color gemstone, or their initial accented with pave diamonds. Because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Stop by or shop now at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
The Oki Golf Platinum Players Card is $50 off with the Friends and Family Holiday Discount. Get 7 prepaid rounds and discounted guest passes at every public Oki golf course. Don't miss your chance. Visit okigolf.com before December 31st.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Bonneville International radio station contests are open to participants 18 years of age or older that are residents of Washington State unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contests are not eligible to win unless the station otherwise specifies at its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 60 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available on seattlesports.com or in person at the station during regular business hours.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
We are well into the rainy season, Seattle, but it's not too late to get your roof replaced. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and get $500 off your roofing project this winter. Our certified technicians build a custom plan for your home, ensuring a worry-free installation even in the winter months. Replace your roof now while material prices are low and lead times are short. Stop wasting your time on costly repairs and Band-Aid fixes. Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free estimate today and secure your $500 discount. 3Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Why is K2 Vision RLE a permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers? How is it that you'll never develop a cataract after K2 Vision RLE? And how is RLE different from LASIK?
Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. We'll answer those questions and others when you join us for our free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Andy, what are some of the other questions you hear?
Well, how long is the procedure and recovery? Or who's a good candidate for RLE?
And we'll also answer, how much does RLE cost? Is there financing available? Does insurance pay for RLE?
Find out how K2 Vision RLE is the permanent solution to glasses, contacts, and readers.
And cataracts too.
Right, no more cataracts.
K2 Vision's free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Space will be limited, so register now at k2visionrle.com.
Join us at our free live webinar this Thursday at noon. Sign up at k2visionrle.com.
What's your holiday tradition?
It's G. Scott here. For me, it's gathering with loved ones around a meal that brings joy. For many families, that tradition feels out of reach. Next time you shop at Safeway, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors. Your gift provides groceries to families across Washington, giving them access to nutritious food and the dignity to shop like the rest of us and choose what's meaningful for their holiday table. Visit nourishingneighbors.com and donate at your Safeway checkout. That's nourishingneighbors.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Yeah, there's a couple interesting texts that have come in, Brock. Answer the question, jerk, which we will do here in 15 minutes. 866-979-3776 if you would like to participate and ask a question. I should also mention, we said this earlier, the online auction, Brock, will start December 8th, so just a few days away for the season of giving, right? It starts early with December 8th, Seattle Sports and Cairo News Radio, and the Holiday Magic online auction. All proceeds benefiting Treehouse and youth in foster care across Washington. And so, so a couple of auction packages. Would you like to hear some of what we have this year?
Well, I know what always is the best seller.
What is that?
That's Tommy Nelson.
Oh, yes, of course.
That's Captain Nelson.
Well, let me get there. Let me see what's on this list.
Yeah.
Your kid's big league moment, walk-up intros recorded by Tom Hutler, the voice of the Mariners, in-game voice of the Mariners. So Tom could call your little league walk-up, which would be pretty cool.
That's fun.
Well, we mentioned this earlier, golf and sports talk both with Mike Salk at Newcastle, Brock. I will play a round of golf with one lucky bidder. How great will that be?
Okay.
Especially at Newcastle. We'll spend a lot of time looking for balls. I don't know how that works.
Okay.
Probably a foursome, I would assume. Man, you bring some extra balls with you at that course because it is an eater of balls. You mentioned it. Come fishing with Wyman and the Outdoor Line. So that's Tom Nelson.
I think it's been the 8-time national champ.
Yeah, that usually goes for a lot.
Champ.
That's big. Load up with Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh collector's set. I don't know what that means entirely, but it sounds interesting. Okay. There's a Bellevue collection date night package. Sounds fun. You can ring in the new year with the Kraken. And then Hawks Under the Lights, 3 packages with tickets to the December 18th Seahawks game. That is the big one, the Thursday night game against L.A., and there's signed merchandise that goes with that as well. So, start thinking about that now. You can learn more at mynorthwest.com/holiday magic.
Can I ask you one quick question? Answer the question.
You may, yes, of course.
So I just got great news. Just got a text from my beef processor.
Okay.
Going to pick up 800 pounds of my beef up in Chugwater, Wyoming, known for its chili, world-renowned Chugwater chili up there in Wyoming.
Okay.
The liver you eat and partake in.
Chicken liver.
Beef? Oh, it's chicken.
Well, for chopped liver, it's chicken livers.
It's always okay. I didn't know. It's always chicken.
But I mean, for pate, it can come in lots of different forms. But for the chopped liver,
I'm picking up the liver this year. Some of the parts in the past I've said no to. I said yes to the liver.
With that incredible beef, can you go carpaccio with that?
You could absolutely.
You should do that.
Absolutely.
You should find a way to go carpaccio, man. That is my favorite, man. I love me some beef carpaccio. Okay, can we play some sound? I got about 10 minutes here, Brock, and I wanted to play you some sound from around the station, kind of around the world of sports here. Mostly about the Seahawks, but a little bit about the Rams. So we'll get to the Rams in a second. Let me start with Mark Schlereth, who was on with Wyman and Bob yesterday, and pretty happy with the way the team played, even the offense.
They were spectacular up front. They were spectacular creating pressure. The 4 interceptions. They were just a dominant group. And I thought one of the cool things is I went back and kind of studied it. Like, I love this aspect of football. What do we have to do to win this game? Ultimately, they knew they were going to be good on the defensive side. They knew they'd be able to create pressure. They knew they'd be able to create some turnovers and do those things. Offensively, only 14 completions. I thought it was exceptional. Just throwing the ball outside the numbers, stick routes, quick slants. It was all basically 3-step balls out. Everything was basically, let's get the ball out of our hands because we know Minnesota's propensity to bring pressure. We know about their blitz packages. And so it was this complimentary football to me that was like, hey, man, if we score 13 points, we're going to win.
Yeah. Yeah, such a different broadcast it would have been. And that's what different broadcasters and their optics and their life experience and their eyes they bring. You would not have heard Mark Schlereth in that broadcast have an issue with not taking the timeout. You would not have heard him with all of this heavy volume run. You would have heard him celebrate that. Like, this is what you do. You're just playing to win this game. That's it. That's it. You're not playing for numbers. You're not playing for hype. You're not playing for, data. JSN doesn't care if he catches 2 passes. He's not going to throw his helmet. He's not going to rip the headset from the coach on the sideline and scream at the coordinator or get in Kubiak's face. Like, we're good. Let's win the game. Let's pound the rock and move on.
More from Wyman and Bob. I got some Kobe Bryant sound here, but Maura was actually telling me a story. So Maura filled in. So on Wednesday, Maura went over to their show, Brock, because you were here with Lefko hanging out.
It was just me, Lefko, and Charles.
Okay.
Charles was a star.
Of course he was.
Star.
I'm obviously not surprised by that. Charles is the man. But
New
Maura,
girlfriend, by the way.
He does?
He does. He's got a new girlfriend.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to see Charles.
So cool. Yes.
That is great news. I can't wait to hear more about
there
that.
You go. Sorry.
Oh, man, you just
Maura
totally
was
distracted
filling in
me.
on the afternoon. Yes.
Yes. I don't know if there were any new girlfriends there or anything, but Maura was there in the afternoon show with Wyman and Bob and came away with a really cool behind-the-scenes story.
Yeah, I just I thought it was so cool of Rashid Shaheed. He was their player spotlight guest that night. And from what I understand, Mike Macdonald's practices actually go a little late. The player's usually supposed to come on at 5, and sometimes it's 5:15, 5:30. But I think because it was the night before Thanksgiving, they let them out early. So the Seahawks were telling me he was ready at 4:45, but we had our Mariners Thanksgiving special going on at that moment, so I couldn't get him on the air right then. We tried to do 5, and I heard him tell the Seahawks PR guy that was working with us that he had to go let his family in. And then later when he was talking to Wyman and Bob on the air, I think he said everything's been such a whirlwind. I'm not even positive if he's been able to see his family since he left there, but they were coming into town for Thanksgiving. He had to go let them into the house. That's why he had to leave. But he said, call me once I get there. So basically he rushed home. He even texted them on the way that he was almost home so they could communicate with us. And then let his family in the door from the airport, I think was what my understanding was when he explained it, and then called us and did the interview. And I just thought a lot of guys probably would have blown that off at that point. It's the night before Thanksgiving. I got out of practice early. Like, I can't do this. My family's here.
That speaks to who he is.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
No question. Lightly recruited guy, Weber State guy, chip on his shoulder, but not like a bitterness guy. And just appreciative of the moment and good dude, man. And equally, have you heard him complain about not getting touches?
No. And by the way, we haven't heard JSN complain about not getting touches last week. I mean, that's just been awesome, right?
0.0.
Just incredible. Honestly speaks to the culture in this building. All right, Kobe Bryant was their guest yesterday. And it's funny, I'm still getting used to thinking of Kobe Bryant as a veteran. I still kind of think of him as a really young player. I know he's not anymore. But with Quandre Diggs' background, we haven't even really discussed that, Brock, but with Quandre Diggs back, he kind of made mention of him in terms of the way they're trying to help Nick Eamon-Wari as a rookie player.
It's been exciting to see him from day one up until now. He continuously gets right next to me in meetings. So, I took him under my wing and just tell him everything that I know because I once had a vet, Quandre Diggs, who's poured into me as a rookie, and that's what I want to do to him. And I have high expectations for him. He's going to be a great player in this league. And
that's cool.
Pay it forward. Pay it forward, man.
That's culture, right? I mean, again, that doesn't show up necessarily on the field, but isn't that what you talk about when you say culture?
100%. 100%. And everybody kind of tied together and not in your little silos and not in your little cliques and not doing your own little things. It happens all over the league, especially in losing environments and losing cultures. And I'll tell you this about Kobe too, man. He bet on himself. He bet on himself going into this year. They wanted to re-up him and try to put a deal together before the season, and the numbers weren't where he wanted them to be, and said, nope, I'm going to go out and play this year and go do my thing.
Well,
and he's played well.
You and I haven't really talked about Quandre Diggs being back. What did you make of that?
Yeah, Mike made a good point. I hadn't thought of it because I was like, I wonder if he can learn the system. But a lot of what he had in Tennessee was a lot of the same language. So that D coordinator there came out of the tree with Macdonald there in Baltimore. So I think that has definitely been a positive, much like it was with Shaheed in the system with Kubiak for a year. So you're not just like, oh my gosh, what is this language? What are we doing? And for him, can you imagine? right? Coming out of Tennessee and then being out, like,
Right.
and I get to go back to this place.
He just always seems like such a good dude. I
He's
mean,
fun
again,
dude,
we don't
man.
really know him, but he just comes off like such a
Got some
good
juice.
dude. Yeah, he does. He's got a little juice to him. So I think it's cool to have him back in the building. I thought that was good news. Bill Barnwell, Brock, was on the Dominic Foxworth show, and talking through the Rams and whether or not the Panthers have exposed something there.
2 long touchdowns on 4th down in this game. When the pass rush is not operating at full strength, when you can hold up against that, you can throw on the secondary. That is a legit issue for this Rams team. It has been all season. They've never really fixed it. When it's looked good, it's usually been because the pass rush has been so dominant that Bryce Young or whatever quarterback they're facing has not had opportunities to throw the football. But if you can hold up in pass pro, you can throw on this team. And we saw that in big moments in this game.
It's a pretty big if.
It is a big if, and I'd challenge that a little bit because those guys played very well against Seattle, and it wasn't just the rush, right? Forbes knocked a bunch of balls away and was very in tune with that. The other corner with the interception on an outcut that was just left to the inside, the safety that jumped on a couple things, and so that was the Baldinger, that was the DJ, that was the commentary going into the game with the Rams the first time. And I think Sam Darnold would tell you, actually, those guys played the ball against us really,
I didn't get
really
to watch
well.
the Rams-Panthers game this weekend, but the commentary they had after that was that Emmanuel Forbes actually really struggled this last
He really struggled. Like, he was
Yeah.
kind of out of it. Like, he looked like a totally different dude than wired up to play the best receiver in the game in JSN in a really nice environment. It was cold. It was wet. It's a long trip. The Rams have not figured out that one of the big differences between the Rams and the Seahawks is these 10 a.m. kicks. The Rams, they look like they're at 10 a.m. The Seahawks play these 10 a.m. kicks, and they got to do it again in Atlanta this weekend. That is not for now.
And then they have to do it in Carolina too, right? Don't they also do it in Carolina? So they've got 2 more. I mean, geez, it's funny. This schedule this year has not been that difficult necessarily because you're playing the South, and there have been some easier games. But in terms of travel, it has not been a help at all. Like a lot of you had the late night game against DC, and then 3 or 4 10 a.m. starts. I mean, that is a bit of a challenge. Here's one more, Brock. This is Rich Eisen was asked whether or not 49ers Seahawks final week of the season could be for the number 1 seed in the NFC.
You're saying the Rams are out, and the Seahawks,
For the 1 seed.
and the Seahawks Niners will be. So Sam Darnold will play in a game where you either make the playoffs as the 1 seed and have a week off, or you go on the road to start the playoffs.
Correct.
In the wild card round, he'll play in that game for a second straight year. Except and on the road for a second straight year.
West gets 3 playoff teams, but this will be for the 1 seed. I like the way the Niners are looking right now.
I don't blame you, but I'm saying this discounts the Rams. And I'm not discounting.
Well, I think the Rams took a step back
yesterday.
The Rams took a step back. Defense kind of got shredded by a quarterback that you don't know is going to be a starter in this league for that much longer.
Excuse me, Bryce Young has turned things around.
Thoughts?
It's possible. I mean, the Niners have been incredible. Like Kyle Shanahan, put him on Coach of the Year. Like what he has done, losing Bosa and losing, the little linebacker and losing your first-round pick and losing Purdy for 6 weeks and losing Kittle for 5 weeks.
Sure. The problem with that is it forgets the fact that the Rams play Arizona twice, Atlanta, and Tennessee. Like they don't play anybody.
I'm looking at it right now. So
yeah, but the interesting thing is if the Niners get back in, they are 4-1 in the division, and they are 8-2 in the conference.
That's right.
So they would have the tiebreakers.
A lot of tiebreakers. But the Rams, the
Rams
don't
are
play
at the
anybody.
Cardinals, then they play the Lions.
Right.
The Lions will be very desperate. Then they play at Seattle. Yep. And then they end it with Atlanta and Arizona at home.
So not the world's toughest schedule.
Although the Niners' schedule to end the year is not easy.
The Niners have the Titans at home after a bye. Then they go to Indy. Then they got the Bears, and then they welcome the Seahawks.
That's what I was going to say. Those final 3 games
Seahawks
are
the
tough.
hardest.
Like there's a
Seahawks
world.
have the hardest.
Yeah,
and then the 49ers.
I would
and then
say
the
so.
Rams.
I think that's absolutely right. All right, let's answer some questions.
This is Brock and Salk's Answer the Question, Jerk.
Keep asking questions. Come on, I'll answer them. Come on, I'm here. I'm going to answer your questions, dang it.
Answer my question! The question, jerk! Well, don't just stand there. Answer the question, jerk!
All right, let's jump right into this, Brock. 866-979-3776. This has to be a newer listener because we've talked about this before, but I'll bring it up again. When having pizza for breakfast or leftovers, do you eat it cold out of the fridge or warm it up in the microwave? So I'm going to completely disagree with the entire premise of the question.
Right. You just leave it on the counter.
I leave it on the counter. You don't put pizza in the fridge. There's no need. B, never warm it up in the microwave. That just makes it soggy and soft. I will sometimes eat it cold, but I would prefer not to. Use the stove. Take a big nonstick pan, throw the pizza on top of it. After a few minutes, turn it over and get the cheese side crispy as well. And you could make a case that pizza is better than it was even the first day you got it. Use the stove.
Air
Now,
fryer.
would be careful.
I've heard the air fryer is good. I've not done that.
If you have an Alfredo or a white sauce, like be a little careful on the counter.
Nah, fine. It's totally fine. It's never had a problem.
All right.
Never had a problem. It's already been cooked. It's totally fine. Don't even worry about it.
Answer the question, jerks. What book on tape should Lyle listen to on his long flight to Orlando?
Remember being in college and taking those road trips, and Cracker Barrel used to have a thing where you could get a book on tape at one and then return it to the next Cracker Barrel along the way. It was great. I'm sure that's what Lyle and TJ will be doing on their big road trip.
Dude, what am I, a senior citizen? No, I'm not listening to a book on tape.
Wow.
He prefers to read them. He prefers the actual reading of the books. Maura, this question is for you. Favorite memory of working with the late, great professor, and how would he feel about these 2025 Seahawks?
Oh, man. There's so many. I think maybe when we talked to Evander Holyfield at the Super Bowl, and John always called him Evander Holyfield. And he was selling some kind of steak, so he brought us a bunch of steak, and we took pictures with him and had a great time. And Clayton still told the story afterwards of meeting Evander Holyfield. And then I think he would love this team. He was always happy when the Seahawks were doing well, and in particular, I think he would like Devin Witherspoon a lot.
Okay.
He liked some swagger in his players.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Professor Clayton.
Yes.
If you had to design the perfect burrito, what would be in it?
Well, let's see. We have to have some good meat, right?
Which kind? You go chicken, you go carne asada, you go pork carnitas.
That's got to be some beef type stuff.
Beef. So you go carne?
If carne would be beef, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I thought carne's a singer, but that's a different stuff. So go carne. I think you got to have a good sauce to go in there. So I don't know what kind of sauce would really fit, but that would be good. And then I think I think onions. You got to get a little slice of onions.
John, I got to ask you a serious question.
I don't eat burritos.
I was going to say, you ever had a burrito?
I've had one, but not in years.
He didn't like anything spicy. He didn't like salsa. He didn't guacamole. So Mexican food was just not his thing.
I got so many wild cards in here.
They're so good.
They really are. John would have liked this team. He would have struggled with Jackson Smith and Jigba's name.
Yes.
That would have been a hard one for John.
I miss when Howdy would ask, "How you doing?" Terrible. He would just.
Yeah, honestly, those might be some of my favorite John memories. Is just the goons at AT&T.
That's a pretty good
when the
one.
internet wasn't working.
That's definitely.
How's it going, John? Terrible. Awful.
Aw.
Okay, great. Sorry. All right, jerks, do you like any of the names below as possible nicknames for the Seahawks D? Dark Day Defense, Wild Hawk Defense, and Rain Dog Defense. No.
No.
I don't like any of them.
No.
Those are awful. Try again. Try again later. Try again with Here's the Thing. You can go download the app and leave us a message for Thursday.
Yeah, please.
Jerks. Who would be the best and worst at 7-10 when it comes to driving in the snow?
That's a good question. I think there's a lot of experience. Bump over there in Pullman. You up in the Northeast. Maura in Colorado in the Northeast. I bet you Maura's good in the snow.
I used to deliver Chinese food in the snow.
Right.
In
Yeah,
Colorado.
I'm gonna put Maura
Everybody
right up there
orders
on the
Chinese
best.
food when they don't want to go out in the snow.
I'm gonna put Maura right up there on the best.
Okay.
Worst. Bob, very angry.
Yeah, Bob doesn't seem like he'd deal well with that.
No.
I'm with you on that. That was where my mind went as well.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of rage.
Stacy probably has the least experience. She's lived in Seattle her whole life. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Jerks. I know the answer to this, and I think
Searaj also not good. Searaj not good.
Oh, I don't
the
know.
Desert, the Northwest. Not good.
Jerks.
Great. Yeah.
What is the absolute worst meal you've ever eaten, and where was it from?
Oh, jeez.
I know the answer to this question.
Oh, you have an answer?
Yes. You were there.
I was?
Yeah. When you brought me to the old spaghetti factory. It was disgusting. I almost vomited.
You watch your freaking mouth.
How can you mess up pasta that bad?
Trust me, they did. They put like rotten something in there, man. It was awful.
What is wrong?
So disgusting.
Don't say something like
I
that.
honestly thought I was going to vomit. I had to. That's why I ended up cursing in front of Brock's young
F-bomb
kids.
in front of my young children.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, my daughter flipped me
he
off
said
right in
yuck.
the middle of a.
He said yuck. He said yuck, girls. He didn't like it. He said yuck.
I sure did. A bunch of times. It was disgusting. I can't believe you brought me there.
Oh, that's a good question. Most terrible meal? I think one of the most terrible dining experiences was Dave Pridemore at a steakhouse asked for it to be butterflied and cooked well done.
That was every time.
And wanted like A1 sauce. Like,
hideous.
Can I leave? I gotta leave.
I don't think you could beat whatever that Mizithra stuff was, man. That was disgusting.
My mom's family's from the South, but she didn't really grow up cooking like that. But my grandpa, her dad married someone else late in life that I went and stayed with them when I was a kid, and she made everything so greasy. She made green beans and put like a whole ham hock and like a cup of sugar in there.
Whoa.
It was awful.
Oh, I know mine. I know mine. It was when I was selling real estate out in Long Beach, and I hope this fella's not listening. He was like the selling agent on the other side, and he had me and the kids over to his house in Long Beach with his wife for a barbecue, and it was so windy, one of those just gales, and the barbecue kept going out, and the food wasn't cooked. The burger wasn't cooked.
Oh,
Hot dog wasn't cooked. And I was like...
It was raw?
It was raw.
Oh, man.
I think he was blind in one eye.
Oh,
like, he was
jeez.
an older guy. That was the worst. Poor guy. Poor guy. Couldn't eat that. Had to like stuff it in my pocket. Had to put it in the napkin like when he wasn't looking or he turned away or the one eye was looking the other way and like stuff that one and Haley's in my pocket like we're not eating this. We're not going to die of E. coli.
Says every time I hear Lyle scoff at reading, I put my head in my hands. In 2016, right out of college from Chapman, with a degree in film, I applied constantly to get a job with Bonneville in Seattle. Couldn't get a single interview or even a callback. What are they looking for in applicants? I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, Colin. It just timing, I guess.
Yeah, timing.
Just timing. It's just
right,
timing.
Lyle? Timing?
I will
Right time, right
continue to
place.
scoff at books, but yes.
That's like one of my favorite things I look forward to when I go on vacation.
Just some time reading. I know. I can't wait to get my Kindle.
Why
all
would you
geared up,
not
ready
listen to
go.
a podcast over a book on tape? Podcasts have actual personality.
I don't listen to any podcasts.
Well, they have actual personality.
Don't listen to any of them. They're all the same. Books are,
They're not.
Yeah,
but
they are.
They're
You're
not.
They're all
both
the
being
same.
ridiculous.
They're all the same. All right, we got to go. Bump and Stacy are coming up next. You can ask Stacy if she's good at driving in the snow. I guess Bump too. Find out.
She's a good reader. She loves to read.
Yeah.
Loves to educate.
Good writer.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, yeah, I think they microwaved the pasta. It's the only way to explain how bad that place was. Disgusting. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And yes, Joel Klatt will be with us at 8:30. Until then, Brock the Hay
is in the barn with all my beef. Barn.
See you, everybody.
Get to the chopper! Bump and Stacy, weekdays 10 to 2.
We knew Brian Flores was going to blitz the heck out of Sam Darnold, and he did exactly that.
Are we concerned about the offensive line in the first half? Pass pro is struggling, man.
I think this is going to be the recipe. If you want to rattle the Seahawks, you have to show pressure. It's simple math. You got 5 offensive linemen. You have 1 running back. So if you show a 6 or 7-man pressure to start, you force the offensive line to try to figure some things out.
Only on Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids will grow, new memes will come out, but also What if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you actually don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from threats online. Plus, well, you get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices with no one battling for bandwidth. And for the next 5 years, all your devices will be working in perfect harmony. And you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, and no strings. So even though kids will grow up and you still won't understand 6, 7, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. All with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
The holidays are here and we all want to celebrate in style, but sometimes stubborn fat and loose skin keeps us from looking and feeling our best. Stacey Rost here. Imagine a simple one-day solution. Introducing ProSculpt, the treatment everyone is talking about. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe, gentle, yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while you're fully awake. ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target problem areas, your waistline, face, neck, arms, and thighs. Avoid wasting time and money on gimmicky lasers or fat-freezing methods. ProSculpt is one and done. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat, tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. Celebrate the holidays and get yourself a gift with a free consultation and get $250 off. Schedule at ProSculpt.com for powerful, permanent fat removal and skin tightening. It's ProSculpt.com. Stacey here. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, and when they resell it, they share half their profit with you. That's right. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, Isuzu, and Auburn. They'll pay you today for your car, and once they resell it, they'll share half their profit with you. WayscarFord.com.
Hey, Mike Salk here for my friends at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and obviously New Year's is coming up. Can you believe it? Book your stay at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel for an evening of elegance at a night at the Grand Ball. This New Year's Eve celebration includes the legendary DJ Super Sam. And sports fans, you got to check out the Hawks Peak. You're home for game days with great food and drinks, more than 60 TVs, so you won't miss a play, and a heated, covered outdoor deck with those great views of the Snoqualmie Valley. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. At Bail Arm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bailarm.com today.
Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done, with precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way, with a dedication to lasting quality, trusted performance, and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1.